Welcome to Buff Brain Sportscast, Season 2, Episode 9, Season 9 NFL, Week 9 NFL. I don't know what season the NFL is. We got
season.
the Raiders at the Lions. Straight away, these picks going with the Raiders, taking the under 47. Lions are favored -7, so I'm just going to take the Raiders outright. And the Lions will not cover the spread. Those are my 3 picks. That's it for me. Kev kind of seemed to agree with all that, except for maybe the over-under. We could see a high-scoring game here, so we shall see. We shall see.
Yes, we are still here. We made it through half of the season. Half the season's almost in the books.
Half of the season.
Monday night's back. What a way to end half the season. It's going to be an exciting game. I'll tell you why. This is a typical Monday Night Football trap game. What I mean by trap game, it looks too good to be true. Lions -7. Oh, God, they're going to win by 15. They're going to win. I mean, people are like, yeah, they're going to win. I think maybe they will win. I don't believe they're going to cover that -7.
Raiders have looked kind of garbage all year.
And
not going to lie.
The Lions, they've lost 2 games so far this year, so they got to bye next week. So, like I said, it's a typical Monday night trap game. Spread should really be 11. The books are begging for the public to take the Lions. There's 80% of the public betting that's taking the Lions -7.
Woo! A lot of money to be made over that fuckaroo job.
I feel the Raiders should be I feel the Raiders +7 is a sharp side. So Lions by 6 if they win. But I'm going to go with you on an outright victory for the Raiders.
Yeah.
You know why? Because these sports books ain't here to give out money, but what they do is a trickery. Mm-hmm. They'll take it from you on a Thursday, take it from the public on a Sunday, but give it back on Monday. They gave away some money this last Sunday. They gave away some money. They did.
Prior to.
The public was getting paid on some of these games that were just outrageous, that should not have even... It was just the way it panned out. It looked too good to be true.
Yeah, because the public got smashed the week prior, so they gave a little back. Now here's your trap game for the...
They want you to take the Lions -15 if you could. That's how confident that people are. So...
Just like last week with the Niners.
Exactly.
Almost the same numbers, too. A -7 spread at home with a 44 over-under.
Yeah, and a lot of it is it's Monday Night Football. I'm telling you, this stuff is spooky. It's fucking spooky.
We're going to watch the script in action.
If they want to definitely control a game, it's a Monday night.
We got Snoop Dogg up there already promoting Monday night. They're throwing him in there with some country twang in it. What do we got going there? Let's hit some sound on that when we can. Yeah. For those new here, check us out at bigbrainuniversity.com. You can find some information about who we are, what we're doing, and the content we have available. As I said tonight, we're doing the Buff Brain Sportscast angle, revealing the riggediness of sports and how it is scripted, maybe some of the methods that they're using to script these games and pull off the act, pull off the magic show, if you will. Look at that stadium overview. It's a nice cube.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. You know, we got the Discord going on. The picks, 8 picks have been so far halfway through the season. I got a 5-3 record. Documented.
Yes, sir.
Discord. Check out the bio on the site. Don't need to go into much of that. I have 5-3 record. Obviously, I said that on the weekly picks. I pick out one game, and that's 63% documented on Discord. That's just not I went 5-3.
It's pretty documented. Good.
That's not bad. 63%. Week 1, I went through all the records. Just this last week, week 8, I won with the Dolphins -9 over the Patriots, 31-17. I also had the Vikings and Chiefs as one of my 3 games I circled. But you know what?
We're going to see a kickoff return. Sorry to interrupt you.
I said that the Chiefs
Oh, wow. You just took a dive.
Were not going to be part of my pick. So,
yeah, the only games that Kev lost this year, to clear this up, because a lot of people are like, man, I got a buddy who's 7-1 already, and oh, it's nothing special. The only ones the Cavs lost, okay, a little bit of an oversight on the Chiefs game where Taylor Swift could have showed up. That was a little bit of an oversight. Kev lost that one. He'll never forget Swifty for it. Swifty strikes. All right, she's one and done.
Yep.
But that's what you get for calling her out for being in the Super Bowl a full season pretty much ahead of time.
Jinx, man. Them Swifties all bet on
She had to get back at you.
Them Swifties all took the Chiefs and fucking got my fucking put me in my place.
One of the other losses, I don't remember the third one, but one of the other ones was Dolphins Rams.
The Saints were
Saints.
The Saints is a -3, got beat by the Bucks.
Aha.
And then week 3, I got absolutely piss throttled with the Broncos, who absolutely got fucking demolished by the Dolphins.
The 1 in 3 games in NFL history going down. So you have lost to 2 historical games.
Yep.
Like basically, check this out, Kev. Basically, that was the third highest scoring NFL game of all time, and that was probably the third NFL game of all time that Taylor Swift was at.
Yeah, for sure. And she wasn't at this Chiefs game last Sunday, and they lost. So now Swift's gone. See, that's a problem with this. If I would have bet the Chiefs, she would have showed up.
Yeah.
And I would have lost that pick, and then I'd have been like, you know what? I'm done because I picked the Chiefs 2 weeks in a row, and I would have lost. So I felt the Dolphins was my strongest play on the board. So with that being said, I'm back on track. I said I would. I've only lost 2 weeks back to back. So you got to trust me. We're halfway through the season. I'm above 55%, ready to fucking conquer the second half, but it's going to get more tough. It's not going to get easier. These lines are going to be so tight that I'm going to have to flip coins at some point just because it's going to become such a, like next week we got, next week, early game, we got the Dolphins swimming with the Chiefs over to Frankfurt, Germany next Sunday. And the game goes off 8:30 in the a.m. along with the clocks going back 1 hour. So who knows?
Man,
my Discord pick may or may not be on that game, but I'll have a Discord pick out by 5:30 Central Standard Time Saturday, hopefully going for 6-3 record. So with Guten Tag, sprechen Sie Deutsch. Wie geht's ist Ihnen? Alles klar. The NFL's been adding these overseas in Europe games much more each year. I can foresee a Super Bowl in Paris or Germany within 10 years from now. There's a lot of military over in Europe and England that get an opportunity to see the NFL. They could pull the Super Bowl off. They give everybody a 4-year notice, and the Olympics are going on somewhere in maybe Germany. Throw the Super Bowl in there too. Holy fuck, that would be great. It would be like, why not? So
yeah, why not?
With that being said, check out Discord. Get the pick. No charge.
On that quick note, why not expand the NFL into Europe somehow? It's kind of like that's what they're sort of pushing for.
Yeah, I think they love the.
They don't need to send the teams over there to
promote.
To start advertise. Yeah, to promote and advertise. It already is. Like you can go over there and you'll see people wearing like NFL jerseys and stuff. So
they love the Europe. They don't like they calling it foot. They don't like to call it football. You got to call it like whatever the game.
American football.
The American game.
yeah. I don't know what they call it.
They don't call.
I
You
can't
don't
remember.
call it football. It's soccer. They're very respectful. That's the other thing. You got 3 billion people that follow soccer. You get some of that to follow NFL. Shit, man, you don't need a lot. You need like what 10% of the soccer fans, and a lot of them are probably just there to just go fucking. Let's go over the over. They don't really probably know much about the teams, but who knows? Like I don't really think about soccer. But I'm sure there's people that really are like diehard soccer. They can name everything.
Yeah.
But then there's Europeans that don't know dick about anything about foot, but they just love so I like watching the World Cup. USA playing Japan or whoever. It's exciting. I like the rules too because it's 90 minutes and they don't fuck around. They don't take timeouts. There's no TV time either in soccer. Did you know that? Except for the halftime when they do a little half thing. Their halftime is like, but they run that clock and then they add minutes at the end. It's a beautiful sport for time, not this fucking whatever, the 60 minutes of game.
5 minutes here, 5-minute commercials.
So yeah.
Oh God, yeah, it's mind numbing.
So that's where we're at.
So the Lions have managed to creep their way up to past the 50-yard line here. The Raiders are wearing the LA Raider colors, which I like to see because then I feel like they're going to win. The Lions, I'm looking for the Lion.
Where is he?
And I'm not seeing, like even on the helmet, I don't know, they got these new helmets.
It's a sharp.
And I'm not seeing the lion. Where's the lion? They got a cool kind of logo, sort of cool mascot. Huh, interesting. Okay. All right, just taking, oh, maybe there it is. Okay, yeah. I think you can kind of see it on their helmet now. It's, what the fuck did they do to it? It's like all elongated. What?
I don't know what they're doing.
Oh man, those helmets look tacky.
I love Carolina Panthers cap.
Yeah.
Fucking Lions.
That one's vicious looking. And when you look at it, you're like, that looks fierce and chill, like piercing.
The Carolina, even though Carolina finally won a game, thank God. There's no more losing teams in the NFL.
Did they? Nice.
Carolina, I was so happy for them.
Well
I almost
done.
put them on my list, but I'm like, hell no. They might go 0-17. I'm like, once these teams start 0-6, they're halfway to fucking not winning a game. So
Isn't that one way to secure a number one draft pick?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
fuck
But
it.
Carolina wasn't on the team to even. I think they were projected to win like 6 games. They won. They won one.
Hell yeah, have just a F-it season, guys. We'll come back next year, and we'll be in the spotlight too, because we're gonna pick up,
Oh yeah,
Joe football.
Johnny Joe football. So these the number 17, bro, that is sure making its present. These last 2 weeks, that 17. Last week, the Chargers and Chiefs. My pick was Chargers over the Chiefs. I lost 31-17. The Dolphins and Patriots score was 31-17. That was this week. 31-17, I won that game. The Dolphins. So 31-17, I lost last week. Chiefs won. I picked Chargers. And then the San Francisco 49ers, think about this one. They've lost the last of their 3 games to the Browns 19-17, to the Vikings 22-17, and to the Bengals yesterday 31-17. The 49ers will now be known as the 17ers. They're 0-3 and they've lost the last 3 games. 17 points they only scored. They're fucking, I don't know what's going on with these guys.
Meanwhile, the Dolphins haven't scored under 19, even including preseason.
Yeah, they ran up 70. I'm like they ran up 70 points.
Insane.
On the Broncos in week 3. I got my ass.
I can't wait to see how the season shapes up for them, because
So they get the Niners. They got to travel over to and play the Dolphins, or not the Niners, the Chiefs. The Niners have a bye next week.
oh yeah,
So they're off for a week. So think about that. The 17ers, if they fucking drop and go keep scoring 17 points a game, I'm like,
dude, yeah, you'll have to make some merchandise on that one.
Oh. The year of the 17ers, they'll be like, woo.
That's funny.
So with that being said, the public got buried last 3 weeks of the Niners. Niners got fucking destroyed.
I know, right?
Absolutely
It was such an easy game to say it was going to happen
destroyed.
too. You just look at the numbers again. The Vikings record was it was a perfect, because the 49ers could afford to lose. That's the thing, they could afford to lose.
A lot of these teams can afford to lose 5 in a row. The Niners could lose
That's
6
right.
in a row. Think about this.
Yeah.
The Niners lose the next up to Thanksgiving. They're still like 2
They're
behind.
still
They're
in the playoffs,
They will
Super Bowl
sneak
contenders.
their way into with a 10-7 record.
Yeah.
I mean, the Niners. That's the problem with these Niners fans are out of control too. They just want to blame everybody.
Oh, it's hard not to when it's man, the game obviously did not go your way in such a way that it was unbelievable. So the obvious reaction is to start blaming people.
3-0.
And there it is, the refs, You start blaming the refs first thing. What was I seeing advertised on Facebook? how the Steelers, one of the Steelers players, number 18, get this, number 18, the 666 numerology going on there, was blaming the refs. So number 666 is blaming the refs for the Steelers losing the game. Now, if that's not the kettle calling itself black, or whatever that little phrase saying is, I don't know what is. Like,
Fuck. This script thing getting out of control.
yeah.
They
yeah.
are. I don't know what to think anymore.
Well, they're trying to do so much damage control.
It's getting out there. People are getting fucking buying into it, and that's the strangest thing. That is how. Man, people don't see it though.
No,
They don't want to believe it.
it's too big of a lie for them to comprehend, and not to be a broken record. But that's why Big Brain University Lesson 1 is about the shape of the Earth subject. It's because if you can just forego your goddamn ego and wrap your head around what's happening, you can understand, using some basic things, the volume of these lies and how many people are indeed in on it. So when it's the NFL, dude, Kev, this leads me in perfectly. Thank you for bringing this up, because I didn't really remember it and I didn't take any notes. So one thing I did this weekend, have you ever seen the movie Skulls? The Skulls?
No, I have not.
The first movie has the kid from Mighty Ducks that played Pacey in Dawson's Creek, and also I think his name is Paul Walker from Fast and the Furious.
Oh, the guy died.
Yeah, that's the guy. The first one, it's about these guys every year. These fraternities, these elite fraternities, like the Skull and Bones fraternities, these elite fraternities that run the world and shit, own these places, they're mega rich and shit, right?
Yeah.
They admit new members in. So, story goes, he's one of these members, and how it goes is how you would get into the NFL, basically. It's playing the same script, just on a different tier. Like, okay, well, these guys are at the top. Well, okay, these guys on the field right now might not be Skull and Bones, but they're certainly in some fucking club where you get tapped, you get sat down, and you agree to what's going on.
Yeah.
Or you don't get in.
Yeah, these guys are honest. These guys are like, they got to sign their life, their fam, just to keep secret, keep quiet. But you know what they do? It's not the player's responsibility to, and they just go, but they know, because they get fined for talking about it. They say, that referee, he's in on it. The entire league's in on us. We're losing these games, and gamblers are losing millions of dollars because these referees. But what the commentators do, they put it out there. They talk about it.
Yeah.
And people are like, it's not the player's fault. It's the referee's fault.
If nobody talked about it, it would be too obvious.
But that's the thing.
So now they talk about it, so they control that narrative.
With the Skulls, there's probably like consequences that come with, you know what, you're either in or you're out. This is like the CIA, the FBI. You're in this organization, and once you get done, or even while you're in, the money can't be bought. They can't. There's not somebody that can call up these players and be like, "Hey, man, I'll give you $2 million to." No, that's done. They're not. That used to be the day. That's why college players were into this whole evolution. But chatter, fucking the NFL though, motherfucking no. They're protected by the entertainment business. This is entertainment for the viewers.
And it's all protected.
And they can rig a game. They can fix. There's nothing they can do it. The only reason why they won't do it is because it's going to destroy their image even more than it already is. And that's where it goes to these elite groups. It's like you're in or you're out.
One thing.
And once you leave, you're in. Like no. That's,
once you're in, there's no
50
leaving.
years from now, when the league finally says it's
in.
all rigged, then you can come out and give away the classified information. That's obviously what this is.
Yeah, and their rules supersede
Supersede.
the rules. Like
Supersede.
they think they're above everything.
They are, bro. These people are probably more dangerous. Very people controlling this. Very.
Yeah.
Multi-billion-dollar corporations, and they're controlling this. And
Yeah.
that's plain in sight. Gamble. Hey, why don't you gamble on something that you fucking don't know? It's rigged. But you want to be on the side, you don't know. There's no even quarterback's brother that you could call and be like, hey,
man.
remember we were in the same dorms back in college and your brother, now, can you tell me? Fuck, dude, what's he going to do? Oh, yeah, I'm going to tell you, so our family's dead? That's what it is. Even though his brother knows, hey, fucking come at you and wants to give you money, give away secret, you're fucking dead. So, same thing in that you was explaining.
They cover that in the movie in detail, like, because these guys they get into mischief, right? Somebody dies and they have to try to cover it up and then expose it. And the lengths that they go through to kind of like tattle on each other, they end up getting caught. And they're like, dude, like the Skulls knew about it before, where you didn't think you would get caught. They found out. They know everything. Like all of your phones are bugged. Your house is bugged. It's like everything those people do is fucking known, and they record it. And they do that for a specific reason, so they can use it against each other. Like the infighting and political shit that goes on in these groups is fucking insane, to the point where if you were to actually betray them and start like giving out this information to the public, or like giving out pics to the public or something like that, you're fucking dead. Mm-hmm. You're done. Like, and like Kev said, it's not just, you sacrificing yourself, taking one for the team. No, they have your first and second born, your wife, your like your entire family.
You go through probably such a 100-page form to fucking enter, and they gotta make sure that you mob ties, or either if you're part of the mob, you're welcome in, because keep your mouth, say nothing, you get nothing.
Right.
We'll take care of all that behind the scenes. We'll make it look good. You ain't going to be interfered. Like when you miss that field goal 4 times in a row, that's on us. We're gonna make sure you're gonna be taken care of in the future. Just keep your mouth shut. Do what we tell you.
That's right.
Same thing in the government. Do what we tell you. Keep your mouth shut.
That's
you really think you're going to go from a lower tier and you're going to go right up to the fucking Congress and be like, listen, no, you ain't getting there. So no different than
Prodigy.
NFL, no different than NBA, no different than any leagues that are controlled by billion-dollar corporations. Hockey, it's different. I think they got a little, but I still believe it fucking it's got to be some shit's all just too good to be true, and it's it's there enough where people keep coming back.
They're doing something too. It's not just about making money, because that gets boring. Once you got it, you'd start slipping up. There's something else going on as well.
They want to bury the gamblers.
That's like the take that we just took on the whole thing is not including like any like robot humans, any non-humans, any like worms in people's brains, like machines playing the game. Like there's things that we didn't even talk about there, where it's like, even if this was just all humans like out there, making money over one or the other, there's obviously something, like we could make sense of that, basically is what I was saying. But even if that's the only thing going on, which it's not, there's so much more to prove.
It's becoming so controlled now is because the NFL and gambling have merged together. So when you have 80% of money on one side and 20% on the other, that other side is the people that are going against what the public's doing, right?
Right.
If you do that over enough times, of course, but you got to pick when the public loses, which is very tough to do.
It gives them full control of just like taking your money. It's like playing the fucking lottery machine.
And back before this merger, they had problems with players getting paid, refs getting paid from the fixes, shit, all that stuff. And now the NFL is controlling this gambling, and people are like, hey, If the commentator is a professional, retired, 4-time Super Bowl champion, and he thinks that this team is going to beat this team by 15, he has to know something.
Oh, yeah, he's an expert.
But on the other side, this motherfucking commentator knows damn well that our network is promoting this team, and the other network is promoting a Hall of Famer running back that is saying the Niners are going to absolutely piss all over. There's no losing. It's impossible. They're whatever stat. And there you go. That's what they want. And
they pander.
And then it balanced. And then you tell your friend, and they tell their friends, and there's people selling picks. And next thing you know, you've got 80% of all this money on one side. But you know what? The spread's 7.5. Hey guys, we got to go through Plan B. We're gonna win, but we got to win by less than 7. We know the plan. Fucking ready, hut, set. Let's go. And that's how it starts. And that's how it ends. The game starts about a minute before kickoff. I swear to Christ. And then it changes at halftime based off of numbers. It's all about the numbers. And the NFL's very good with manipulating these numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
They're so good with manipulating public opinion.
It's picking lottery numbers than this shit.
They can push you all towards, like he's describing, they can push you towards making certain decisions. That's why they have the 5 people all pick a team and give their final score predictions, because you're supposed to.
They throw one oddball that's just somebody that's commentates. It's not a part of the NFL.
Or they don't, and they go all.
They're
all
not much of an athlete. They're just good at talking.
Exactly.
They're just good at talking, and they're like, hey, we need you to give people hope. Make them fucking jinx themselves. Be 5 minutes before kickoff. Now your head's spinning. Now you're really flipping a coin, because you know what? You're fucked. You're dead. There's no way out of it. And if you do that multiple overtime, you're going to lose. There's no mathematical way. If you just randomly picking games, you're not going to win in the long run. You can. But what I'm saying is, if you're not thinking outside the box, if you don't take your sports hat off, your team hat off, your emotion hat off when it comes to these sports picks, you are just hoping. And I'm going to tell you, these people, I don't disregard parlays. I always stress about them, but they're fun. People play parlays, but just think about picking one game, no spread, the winner. You go through the 17 games, even if you just took the spreads out, you circled who you think would win, even though you know the spreads, you will still not fucking get 50%. You just won't. Now you add spreads into there, you're going to get 20%, if that. So that's just a little advice for people that gamble. You got to understand, you got to look at the perspective of not a fan. From a business, like, what are you going, like, if you treat it as, hey, I want to make a little fucking side money. But you got to do it. Man, I tell you, it's just so much behind this. Psychology, the entertainment.
If you're signing up to gamble and, like, you're really trying to actually make money, and you're not just like, if I lose it, I don't care. You know, you're just doing it for pure fun.
Do it for entertainment.
Like,
seriously.
Holy cow, you have to have, like, a level of discipline that is just...
You have to.
That's very high level of discipline.
But people
to do
don't
that
have the
shit.
discipline enough to be like, okay, if I have $1,000 extra that I set aside for the NFL season, that's 17 weeks plus playoffs. That means I got to bet $10 a game.
Yeah.
Not 50, not 100, not win 10, then do 20, then 40, then 80. I've done blackjack like that, dude. 8 hands and you can't go more. They max at 500. You know what? Like a $10 or $20 table. I've tried the double theory. I had $1,000 in my pocket. I said, I'm going to fucking double the theory. Went up there. I think it was a 25, and the max like was 750. It was what the odds were basically. You get 6 fucking hands if you double, and you can't like go. I'm going to do 2,000. I'm going to do 4,000. The big casinos you can, but I'm talking. You walk into it's $25 table, max 1,000.
Yeah.
You 25, 50, 100, 200, 400, 800. That's your 6 hands. You are fucked after that. You get down to double down, you're really fucked, you know? So the psychology behind that is the same concept, you know? Mm-hmm. I always think that people say, well, they're not going to lose 6 in a row. Well, fucking we see it. They're not going to lose 3 in a row. People have this perception that it's impossible.
No.
Like there's no way that these teams are going to lose the next game when they just X. It's always what happened the week before. You got to look the week before. What's going to happen the next week? What does the NFL want to see happen going up to Thanksgiving? What do they want people talking about? Taylor Swift is not going to be a talk at Thanksgiving. She's disappearing for next month.
They'll like even throw it in on like...
I hope the Chiefs swim with the Dolphins over there and they don't come back. I hope they stay over there. Like Frankfurt Chiefs. Yeah. Let's go. Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Right?
Let's go.
Drop them off.
Alles klar. Oh, man, Germany, fun time. They love football. They love football over there. So that's what's going on with this gambling.
Oh, wow.
So entertainment. Somebody says, "Hey man, pay me $500. I got a fucking pick." So just fucking hang up or just delete because that's scammers out there too.
Everybody trying to make money.
Everybody's trying to scam. The NFL's scamming the bettors, and the bettors are getting scammed by both.
Yeah.
Whether it's, hey, I got the locks of the week, I got a fucking parlay that's gonna the parlay of the year. Man.
Oh, their helmet, now that I'm getting a good look at it, is just fucking atrocious. It looks like somebody who can't draw was told to draw a lion. And they did a fairly decent job, but, you can still tell that they can't draw.
What are they doing?
I don't know, dude.
It's strange. When I think of a lion, I think the MGM.
The lion, I mean, it looks like a wiener dog. It's so fucking long. Look at it. It looks like a goddamn wiener dog
like
with a
jaguar. Look at two fucking jaguars coming. Strange. So it's 3-0.
Oh yeah, because the Jaguar one used to be it was like that full body.
Yeah, the Jags.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're saying there.
I don't know why they're changing up here.
I haven't seen the Jags for a while. I always thought the Jaguars should make their helmet the Jaguar pattern.
Yeah.
God, that'd be cool.
They got them black helmets. Sharp.
Oof. Yeah, they could really sharpen up there.
This guy I was at the brunch and at the casino, and this guy he went to Sportsbook and came back with all these slips. His wife was standing in line. He had these slips, he was betting on games, and I said, "Oh, this is a good opportunity." I said, "Who you got?" He goes, "I got the Vikings and the Patriots." I said, "Oh, how's your season going?" He goes, "Well, I'm not good at this, but I don't know how this is possible." And I'm like, "Oh shit, here we go. Hopefully he hit like a big parlay or something. Hopefully he's got a story.
Right. Maybe he just made $8 grand or something.
Maybe shit. I'm like thinking, 80. Okay, maybe he's got somebody on inside information in place in Nebraska or something. I'm like waiting for it. He goes, I went 0-9 last week.
Ooh.
And I said 0-9, and I go, man,
kicking the pants.
I said, well, he goes, well, it's better than playing the slots, and it's 3 hours of gambling on games. I can at least just slowly watch my hopes and dreams fade away. And he goes, well, I go,
a little slow fade.
I said, good luck, sir, and enjoy your brunch. But you know what? It was interesting. He goes, going 0-9. Think about that. I would think 4-5, 2-8, but losing 9 in a row. That's borderline scary. You know how tough that is to do? To go to the sportsbook and be like, I want these 9 losers.
Yeah.
Or I want these internal, or you ain't, like he went.
The odds of that are like, I mean, you should have, or you could have spun it around and been like, the odds of that are actually pretty hard. Maybe you should bet another 9.
Just go against it. But the thing is, you would still, I don't know, it was strange how you could lose 9. And then he was talking about, he goes, this shit's becoming so, and this is an old timer. He was talking about how he don't like watch NFL on the networks, and he's like, I ain't paying for that shit. And I said, this Thursday night you got to pay for it. He goes, fuck that. He was mad. But he goes, he just does it for fun, just like the entertainer gambler. He wasn't trying to be like, I do this for a living. It was just a conversation. But then we were talking about, real quick, he goes, the NFL scripted. He goes, there's something to it. Things have really changed in the last year and a half. He said year and a half. And I said, I agree. Yeah. I said, we've been talking about it. And then he goes, why should people even care if sports are actually fixed? Why should anybody care? It's what he said. And I said, we didn't have time because we had to go sit down and eat. And I was like, sir, I would love to finish this conversation with you, but I'm going to go on the cast and I'm going to ask to everybody who's listening, why does it even matter if they are, in fact, rigged? Because overseas sports have been known to be rigged. Tennis, rugby, sock. I mean, all of those. And it's okay. They get a pass. But why do people have this belief in our culture that there's no way that it's rigged? It's impossible.
Well,
but people still
because
either
that's where they were presented with it.
But why would people?
And they probably don't even know that it's rigged and scripted in other countries, and that people there know it.
Oh, soccer, they've all been known to have rigged, fixed games. Boxing, every sport has had some sort of scheme, some sort of scandal. Baseball, no different. It's just, now it's NFL is becoming such a spotlight. NBA, everybody knows that shit's going on. But this is the NFL. This is America's sport. And if you're going to come in and try to tell us that it's fucking corrupt and it's rigged, how dare you go against the greatest sport in American history? That's the logic coming from people that don't want to believe it. So that was a question of the day. I said, I don't know. I don't have an answer.
You know, it's a very good question. What does it even matter if it's fully scripted or I wanted to say scrigted.
If you went up to 10 people in a casino and asked them, and even if they didn't know about football, even if they didn't gamble, they were on slot machines, and I said, ma'am, we're trying to settle a debate. Do you think sports rigged, NFL? Oh, of course. And she don't even gamble. She's like, I've heard it from my husband my whole life. He talked about this shit. And then you go to other people, well, I think it might be, but then you won't get anybody that flat out won't admit it. But if they do, they're going to be criticized. How dare you say it's not rigged? How dare you say it is rigged? Well, proof shows. Well, that's hearsay. That's how it works. So take it for what it's worth. That's what I try to tell people about it.
Yeah, it's just very interesting. Because the point is not even really that it's more entertaining to think that it's real. Is it more entertaining to think that it's real? WWE and WWF, they do just fine. And everybody knows that that's fucking rigged.
Everybody knows that that is a scripted event. The hits are not fake. We're talking fake.
Fake is in, we all know, that somebody, the ref is going to get distracted. Somebody's going to come in with brass knucks and whack them.
They know their script when it's over.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this next body slam, we're going to drink.
The same thing happens here. It's just the ref throws a flag and then everybody blames him because that's what they want you to do. They want you to blame the ref to maintain the illusion that it's not scrigged.
That's where NFL gets get out of jail free card because they can leverage the refs.
Yeah,
and you know what? They can replace the refs.
Exactly.
They can't replace the star players next week, but they can replace a ref that they deliberately knew what the fuck he was doing, meaning throwing the game. And we put him in the Super Bowl when nobody remembers who he was.
Well, I think
Do you think about that? People circle, look at this ref. He's quarterbacking again next week. And there's some people that probably might follow that, but
they're
I'm
probably starting to.
Again,
I bet you a lot of these sharp bettors.
Impossible. Put masks over their face and scarves hiding their identity. Because if people find out this same asshole,
they're probably wearing masks on the field, so nobody can ID them. Wouldn't you do that? Because otherwise they'd start following these guys around and they'd be like, well, I saw the ref talking to this guy, because they'd start
by the NFL.
They'd have every fucking tail on them.
Nobody's going to kill a referee unless he doesn't follow directions. That referee's trying to fuck the game up by not throwing the flag when they tell him, throw the flag and he doesn't. You don't think that's going to be repercussions?
Oh, yeah, like you're getting your skull and bones taken away at that point. You're told in that ear
said, hey, R29 holding.
That's right.
Whatever the number is. I'm sure they use
know
some
the
sort
script.
Of cryptologic language that is like you couldn't hear it over headset, even if you hacked in.
You can see it in these guys' body language that they've rehearsed this to some extent. Now, they obviously didn't rehearse it with the other team. I guess it's possible that they did, but that would require another layer of
But that's where we're at with all this
stuff that I don't want to go into because I got to explain it like I'm talking to a bunch of fucking 3-year-olds.
Halfway through the season and people still don't get it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, by the way, everybody. And we tested the live feature on the YouTubes, and it looks like it works fine. So we should be able to have people to like live stream the games here, and yeah, just we'll be able to do this live from now on. I don't know if now on. I don't know. We have the ability to do it. Kev's going to be acquiring another piece of equipment here that will enable us to get the keyboard that he also acquired up and running. And yeah, I'm going to bring the electric guitar in, I think from now on because when we're using these mics, this guitar just doesn't pick up as much. Like maybe when it's like dead quiet, you can hear it. But if Kev's like telling a story or something, I can't play this because I'd have to play too loud. If I had an electric, I could bring the volume down enough to where it's just a little more background ambience to accompany the story, which can be a lot of fun. Like we've had a lot of good parts actually where I would be playing a part and Kev would be talking. I remember that you were talking last cast, actually, you were talking about not the contraband, but the customs, bringing stuff over from customs. And actually, one of the first times that we recorded, you told me that story. I was playing the guitar, and then Trevor was listening, and he was like, "Dude, you guys should actually make that into a song," because it just fit well together. So, long story short.
Yeah, I got caught with the counterfeits.
They're
like, "Sir, you're not going to watch all those DVDs. You're going to sell them." Bullshit. That's for personal use. They said anything over like 5 counterfeit DVDs was like okay. And bro, I had like I had hundreds. And this extra, like I bought it in Thailand. I filled it all up with these DVDs and box sets. Sure as shit. They said no, you're selling these. And then the watches was the other one.
You sell these.
Anybody was the first time. I was 22 or 23, and I thought I was going to prison.
Oh,
I
man.
said I'm going to fucking prison.
Like foreign prison too. That would suck. That'd be a terrible feeling.
They would have locked me up in LA, the LAX. I got caught coming from Thailand into Narita. Then I flew right into LAX. Narita didn't give a fuck. They're like, we don't, because it was in my luggage. But when you clear customs in LAX or wherever in Seattle or Denver or wherever, you have to go through customs. So you get all your luggage, and that's fucking. They scanned it and they opened all my shit, and they thought it was drugs at first.
Okay.
They were like, that's just, and I said no, because they're like, are you sure? Like, come clean, like interrogation. I'm like, bro, you ain't gonna get. I should have called a lawyer, but I was like trying to think. I ain't got nothing to hide.
Right. Yeah.
I'm playing the dumb.
I can probably deal with this situation.
I'm 20
There's nothing to hide.
fucking 2.
Yeah. That's good intuition.
But if I would have got locked up, I would have had some explaining to do. So
yeah.
That was back in the day. That was back right after 9/11 too, because they started inspecting a lot more stuff. So think about that. Before 9/11, you could get on a plane effortlessly with the water. They didn't care. But after 9/11, they started screening for everything. So they were looking for anything to whatever. So that's where I got, if it would have been 9/11, they would have threw it and said, no problem. That's what changed everything for the good. Obviously, we want to protect our, people flying and don't want any of that going through. But just the fact that I didn't think logically, I'm flying back from Thailand to the States. Holy shit, 9/11's was 10 months or whatever it was, 13 months before that. And I was like,
I would have thought that you had to that they would catch it before you leave, that they would check before you leave.
I left
but
the
they
country
probably
that
don't
was
give a
selling
shit.
the counterfeit DVDs.
Yeah, they probably don't give a shit.
They didn't care. There was some things were like $1 USD.
It's not their problem. They're not going to police the fucking rest of the world. They're like, yeah, you can have those things here and you can leave with them. Like, there's something we can do. Yeah. It's, what I was thinking is that when I traveled, when I was in other countries, they mocked American airline security. They called it security theater. They're like, you taking your shoes off and going through all your bag, all that fucking stupid shit. They're like, we don't do that here. That's for slave peasants. I was like, oh, so the rest of the world pretty much does not even want any of the American values that we're told that we need to go and spread democracy, and it's like people don't even want what we want, what they claim that we want, you know. Not to get it too far in on that. So
yeah,
we
that
haven't
was
talked
that.
about the game really much at all here.
3-0.
But
14.
it's a fucking snooze fest again. This is like every Monday night game, you guys. What did they start the game out with? The Lions drove, didn't get a touchdown, scored a field goal, and then the Raiders drove, had a pass to the end zone where the guy clearly overran the ball, threw it into double coverage, and the Lions defender easily intercepted it. And then they drove up the field, turned it over, and now we're here. We're just having a snooze fest again.
The
So
Lions look, they're in the red zone.
yeah, we'll see kind of what's going to happen here. Exactly.
How did they go?
Oh man, down to the 7-yard line. Woo! Woo! Goes the crowd. They're all fucking pumped. They're all like, oh my God, yes, here we go. We're going up 10-0, baby. 10-0, good night. Go home, Raiders. Go home. Who's buying the next round, boys? Next round. What was that bet, Tim? What was that bet? If they score a touchdown within the 20-yard line, or was it within the 10? Yeah. Who's buying?
Yeah, the fans are out of control.
Dude.
They're a whole nother animal. Boy, the Vikings fans. Whew,
Skull.
they're warriors, man.
Fucking savages.
The Chiefs, another one. Their Chiefs, their fans are. Now they got Swift behind them. Fuck, Chiefs can't be stopped.
Taylor fucking Swift stole her NFL, and then she won't give it back. She gave it back after she got Kevin. That's what she came back for. 1 week.
When I
she had to
lost
come
my
back
pick,
for 1 week.
Fucking Taylor cursed me. Taylor cursed me. She's a savage.
Lions field goal attempt is good. So they didn't even score a friggin' touchdown. Oh my God, just another field goal. Well, it's 6-0, folks. We've got a barn burner up at the old Lions Den tonight. The
6-0.
Raiders showed up with an eye patch over both eyes so far, it seems. So what is this? Is there a new Marvel movie? Is this a new Avenger? What's going on here?
Bro, I don't know anymore. It's too much. Taylor Swift was in the theaters. Now they got this. I mean, it's got to be for holiday, right?
Is this Marvel's movie advertising Taylor Swift's concert? Because that's how it should be if it isn't.
It is a Marvel. Man, they just put all these movies out. Artificial intelligence movies.
Yeah, bro, you got to see the new South Park episode. It's like 45 minutes. Fucking hilarious. Hilarious.
Nice.
It touches on exactly what you were just talking about. How is Disney, all these fucking movies, Netflix, sports, like all these narratives, all these movies being played over and over and over. They just keep making the same shit. And now they're making the same shit just with putting a chick in it and making her gay. South Park.
I'm going.
Oh, I can't. I don't want to. I can't spoil it.
Right,
I can't spoil it. You guys, you gotta watch it. It's fucking hilarious. I laughed.
Nice.
I'm gonna watch it again as soon as I possibly can because it's fucking funny. And a lot of stuff that I've wanted to say. And I understand, like, South Park's probably controlled out. I get it. But at some point, like, you gotta be able to laugh. Because otherwise, all the fuckery in the world just sucks. And it'll bring you down constantly. So it's like, you gotta just be able to find a way to laugh about it.
Except when you lose money. That's how.
Except when you're losing money, yeah,
Gotta
like
pay
a
the
degenerate
books.
gambler.
Pay the sports book.
Son of a
Pay
bitch.
the bookie. Pay the man his money.
How am I gonna explain to the wife?
That's the other problem. Now you got to put a credit. Like, think about if you go to gamble and your wife knows you have a gambling problem. The difference between a local book, a guy that you can call up on their message on the phone, you got credit.
Mascot and cheerleaders, just noteworthy stuff, by the way.
You got to put a credit card, banking information. Now you're flagged for...
Dude.
And if you're too good, you get flagged for being too much of a good gambler. Now you're flagged through... You can't place a bet at anywhere.
On that note, Discord will allow you to make it so you have to put a fucking phone number. You have to verify with your phone number before you can join some Discord channels and actually speak. I was like, oh my God. So basically what that tells you, if channels are doing that, any Discord servers are doing that, it tells you that they've banned so many people and had problems with them making new accounts and returning that they had to make it so you have to verify with your phone. And basically any of those people, they'll just play by all your rules. So, and it's, that's one thing with our Discord server.
Good luck hiding your fucking habit.
Yeah, nobody's.
Good luck getting oh my God, the people.
Especially if this goes to a cashless system, then you guys are big time fucked.
Absolutely, big time. Ooh.
Which I don't want. I don't want a cashless system, Kev. I really do not want that.
I don't either, because the system goes down. How are you going to write me an IOU?
Okay.
How are you going to?
But gold and silver still exist. I think that people would start trading in that again.
Now you got people up. You ain't gonna find
like
people
it would become
and
a
just
cash.
start being like, here, man, here's some gold. No, it's like anything else.
Because I could trade that for money, right?
But the paper currency.
I could trade that for Bitcoin if I wanted to.
But
that's the one thing with the digital currency where it's like that actually might get dangerous for them to destroy cash, because without that central currency of cash, if you just make that digital, it doesn't. I think you lose it amongst the the ocean full of other digital currencies. Well, because if you're going to take the U.S. dollar, well, then now you have to take Ripple, because you can't discriminate for Japan's. So it just opens up this thing where it's like, if they really want to control it, they have to keep cash, because they have to maintain that sense of, I can touch it if I need to, right? Yeah, I don't need to be able to touch all of my money, but I got to be able to touch some of it, and I need to be able to use it.
Tell that to the vendor at the NFL stadium that can't take cash.
Oh yeah.
His card. And he gets charged a fee for every fucking transaction. Now he has to up his prices.
They're going to start limiting it for sure,
don't give
though.
a fuck if it's $20.
Yeah.
Run it on the card. Fucking buy
what
me
you're
four.
saying
it's
is not.
$100.
We're going to have a hybrid.
Cash would have been $60. Keep
That's
the
right.
tip.
That's right. So
now
basically,
it's $40 fucking variance on a card, and that's the easiest way to spend money is on fucking virtual.
I think that's the right way to look at it, Kev. Is what you're saying.
That's an NFL game. This is everywhere. Concerts. I mean, think about.
Cashless society is already here. It's already here.
It is. It's just not.
It's just not like cash is outlawed. Right. They haven't rounded up all the dollar bills and burnt them and all the coins and melted them and into the fucking melting pot. Cash is still king.
It is king.
But you can't pay cash at some places. It's fucking fantastic. It's so funny.
Like I
said, it's fantastic because it's just so clowny and funny at the same time. And
if you took $1 million in cash and went down to the bank and said, hey, I'm depositing this. It's going to take 24 hours to count it. Okay, whatever. I'll be back. Sign the form 24 hours later. They're going to lock that down for a month.
Sorry.
They're going to lock it down for a month. And then if, God forbid, you want any of that, they'll give you $100,000 cash back. But if you want the full $1 million to go do something else, fuck you. They're like, you ain't getting it from me. I'm telling you, they have legal restrictions.
They're going to be like the lottery on your ass. They'll distribute it over fucking 10 years.
They want to know where the $1 million came from.
That's right.
Where did this, came from poker winnings. All right, will you pay taxes on it? No. All right, then we can write this off as taxes. You're going to give us $1 million and we'll use it as well.
They can take it from you all at once, but they can't give it to you all at once.
No, they can't. You can't.
Why is that, boys?
You can't.
Because if they don't give it to you,
even if I was in a poker
they can't borrow against it.
Even if I had, let's say, $10 million and I was going to go to World Series poker, I can't get $1 million of that in cash. I'd have to go get $100,000 from some bank, have $100,000 from another bank. But to go to the bank and be like, hey, I'm going to World Series of Poker. I'm going to buy 25 events. Here's my schedule. I need $1.8 million in cash.
You got to have a certain bank that'll do that.
They would say, "Fuck you. We'll give you $100,000, and the rest of it would be on card." Because you can enter the poker tournaments now on a card, so there's no more cash. And when you get paid out, fuck it. You take they're not going to give you. They're going to give you a check for $50,000, and the rest maybe some cash. Like, you're not getting cash.
You got to have a special bank or a special card at an ATM to get that shit.
Or you have to have an account.
Well, those ATMs don't even hold that much money at all times either. They get serviced.
But that's not an ATM. I'm talking going into a bank that's worth millions. Right. Wells Fargo. And so you're telling me I'm at the corporate office and you won't give me $1 million. I gave you a 48-hour notice. Sorry, sir. That million's on hold for 60 days.
They can't even pay all their employees in cash.
That's the
for fucking one payroll.
It's fucking bananas,
like, imagine if everybody tried to go get cash at the same time. The fucking bank wouldn't be able to do it.
There's no way they can't.
People wouldn't even need to ask for all their money.
And then even if people want to go rob the bank, well, how much cash? You're going to get $10,000 maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe 10, maybe 20.
Exactly.
You ain't getting. That's the thing. Cash it's controlled everything too. And now, that's how many laundromats and car washes are people going to build to launder money? Because that's all electronically tracked. Oh, you said you had 300 car washes this weekend? Well, we had somebody watching. The thing was closed. You had somebody just run these fucking credit cards through the system. Hey, you got a paper trail there, but motherfucking they saw that you didn't have any customers.
Right.
So, but how much can you do that before there's no cash? That's my point. Car washes used to be for the cash. Do you think Walter White was running his fucking monopoly through Bitcoin or running through some PayPal or Venmo or some shit count? No. That's why everything now is becoming, you've got to put it somewhere. Where? Can't put it in a bank, can't keep it at home.
That's
if you keep it at home, well, fuck. I mean, what are you going to do with it? Eventually, you're not even going to be able to use, sorry, we don't, and if you want cash, it's going to cost you $20 to give us cash because the bank ain't taking cash. The whole thing's going into shit, man. And it's, like, I don't know what criminals are going to do. And I'm not saying I'm a criminal, I'm just saying. You can't outsmart the system and it's trapped.
Yeah.
So that's my take. Is it going to happen? I mean, Europe's
some form of it's going to happen.
I moved to Europe. Europe, go with the euro. They'll take your euros. Euros are like 20 years behind with all that. They don't care.
Yeah.
I think Oktoberfest.
Oh, they got Bitcoin machines over there too, pretty accessible.
I went to Oktoberfest. There's no such thing as a card, but that was back in 2009.
Yeah.
So, this day and age, absolutely, cashless is not good.
Excuse me. I can see the appeal in a stadium situation, and like, man, if I just don't take cash, like, I save myself so much hassle. It's small music venues. It's not. Is it panhandling where they go on the street and play guitar? Is that panhandling? No, that's called busking. Okay.
Busking.
Yeah, panhandling is just fucking asking for change on the street, like basically bumming. Busking is actually like you're playing an instrument and people just come and drop off $1 or $2 in your guitar case or something like that. You know how you used to see on movies.
I mean, what are they going to have to advertise their Venmo account? I don't know. I mean, for real.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are going a lot of people have Venmo now, so if it's like, hey, you owe me money, like, you don't stop worry for cash because otherwise you got to stop at an ATM. It's so inconvenient these days.
Like, it was like anything over $600, they want to like figure out what's going on. Like anything over 600 that's not electronic, or they want to know what's going on. Think about that.
They already know everything that's going on.
People buy in a year?
I mean, they already know what's going on because the bank sells your metadata, but
it's bananas.
Yeah. And sorry, like when I say the bank sells your metadata, and the people are like, no, they don't, bro. The bank manager, and then all these files are encrypted and this and that. Even if they pull off 1,000,000,000% security around this shit, you have to understand that all of the encryption standards were created by the government. So they have all the keys. Did you really think they're going to create encryption standards that they don't have the backdoor key for? I mean, come on, you silly little bastards. Don't be so stupid. So, no, they can unlock whatever they want. They can go wherever there's an internet connection. It's software above our software. So it's the next level technology, and we get the slave level. So when they call it a smartphone, it's pretty fucking dumb. And when they call it pure talk or pure water, it's dirty as fuck. So we got another field goal. 3-6-9 to begin the game. 3-6-9, one more time. Hey, 3-6-9. MC Hammer knows how to rhyme. Well, however this fucking song goes.
3-6-9.
You know, wow. Very distracting television shows. Very distracting.
Why are these NFL players in these insurance? Where's Patrick? Ain't seen one Taylor Swift commercial. Shocking, right? Imagine that. There's not one of her commercials at all. That ought to have been fine by now.
Yeah, where is our girl? Show us Taylor Swift, please.
We demand to see her.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit of a withdrawal.
It's been 72 hours. Is she okay?
Somebody better check on her. Have we heard, when was the last tweet? Was it 12 hours ago?
Oh, God.
I should probably log in and check.
Got to alert the Swifties. Everybody's on panic. Don't want the Swifties back.
Do you know who the last person to talk to her was? Do we know she's actually okay for the night?
What is she doing?
Oh.
We got to find out.
That's troubling, man. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep, very well tonight.
I'm telling you, man. If you haven't been around Swifties before, they're maniacs. They're a whole nother level of what generation of whatever's going on,
Was she eating too much cake again? Was
Yeah,
that the problem?
She's pregnant.
We need to get in touch with her nutritionist and really get this situation sorted out.
All I have to do is fucking message my buddy. He'll tell me all about. All the girls are talking about Taylor and Kelsey this again and going for Halloween. I'm like, no
Yes.
shit. They're like, yeah, they're all dressing up in
That's right.
their favorite teams. No matter if they're Vikings fans or Denver fans, they all have Kelsey Swift because they all believe, as far as the NFL, all Swifties stick together no matter what team. That's what they're doing, bro. They're all going out and getting
that's
forces. They're going out.
That's like Skull and Bones,
They're like dressing
mentality.
up like fucking like
a Swiftie above all others.
Yes, and they got the all the colors.
Oh my God!
This Taylor. Give us our football back, Taylor.
Yeah,
we're destroying everything.
Well, hey, at least they're accurately dressed for something scary because the amount of power that Taylor Swift has exerted over the NFL is actually pretty fucking scary.
It's bananas. It is absolutely mind blowing how in 1 month what has she done? I mean, everybody's seen it too. Everybody is, and anybody that doesn't want to see it has heard about it, and anybody that doesn't want to hear about it can't avoid it. So it's like that's the influence that she has, and it's working for her. Here's the fucking bullshit thing. These Swiftie fans, before all this chaos, we're talking a few years ago, these Swifties would talk about NFL player $100 million for playing football. $100 million for playing football, and they would criticize that. Now Taylor's worth like $1 billion. I don't see him being like, well, for music, $1 billionaire for music. Really? She's not a sports athlete. For music, he's contradicting. It's okay, but it's not okay that's the difference of how these people think.
That's an interesting point.
It is. It's fucking bananas. People criticize these players for making all, and ain't even probably hundreds of millions. It's just a fabricated number.
No, is this pickleball? Tell me I'm not watching pickleball.
Oh yeah, they do got a network of that.
Fuck.
It's taken over the world. Pickleball is big.
So much more annoying than tennis, dude.
Pickleball is big.
Oh my God.
It's popular.
I apparently, what the fuck happened to the world?
Okay, come on now. You gotta give the pickleball crowd credit. I'm not a pickleball player, so I can't go yay or nay. I can't go by what I've heard from people, but I've been around people that are pickleball players that are serious, bro. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, you don't know the ruling. I'm like,
These
I don't
fuckers are like
it
worse
would
than
be like-
racquetballers.
It's like taking somebody that hasn't, but they expect like and I get the concept, but it's very popular in the.
I can see how it's like it's easy enough to be for like low skill levels to develop
It's
their
like ping
skills.
pong, half speed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like half speed ping pong.
Yeah.
You got a second and a half
And there's
delay.
just more
but
range of
ping pong,
motion.
You got like
That's right.
But it's different
like-
formulate with the ball but this is
This is like ping pong tennis. This is like ping pong meets tennis. That's fucking fantastic analogy.
they're
No, that's
opening these
exactly
parks
what's
all
going
over.
on.
They're
Hey, there's our
becoming
first flag of the game. All the way in the second quarter with like 7 minutes left. Is like the first noticeable flag anyway.
They got to get the Raiders on the board with something.
Yeah, we do
They
need the
got to keep the
Raiders on the
spread at
board.
6 or under 7.
They got to keep the Raiders fans tuned in.
What better way with a field goal or a touchdown? There you go, 9-7.
This will be interesting.
So yeah, shout out to the pickleball players.
Oh, I'd be so nasty at pickleball. I was fucking nasty at ping pong, man. It's because I played so much when I was young. Like, whenever you have something in your basement as a kid, it's like you get pretty good at it. I don't know, maybe that's not true. That was my experience anyway.
But the World Series going on too.
I do think that most people can get good at most things if they try.
You know, you're talking like physical sports.
Well, and that's one reason. Anything, but to apply that to sports, that's why you'll find that any pro athlete or very accomplished athlete that is a professional level, they can learn other sports very quickly, and it's simply because they learned how to learn. It's not necessarily that they're such gifted athletes. That's kind of like where it comes down to like musically, as put yourself in the shoes of a high school or a grade school music teacher, and you're trying to teach kids how to play the drums that don't have any rhythm. And they don't understand the concept right away. Like some people, they can just listen to a song and they can pick up the rhythm, start dancing, and start thumping on the bass drum along to the beat. But some people can't really do that, so they kind of have to learn it. And having seen people like that actually learn and become decent percussionists, I think that anybody can apply it as long as they understand how to learn. They can learn to do most anything.
What about those that it takes more time, but they can master it?
I think you're going to have different degrees in different people. Like, you're going to master things that I don't faster than I do. Not to say that I can't master them, but you're going to get there quicker. Why? Because I'm going to get to mastering something else before you do.
So, what if I'm smarter than you, but it takes me longer to get to the answer, or to get to learn? You know what I mean? Like,
sure,
you may get it like in 10, 20 minutes, but it may take somebody an hour. It may take them a day.
That's absolutely based on scenario and subjective. Yeah, those are definitely variables that could go either way.
Because you got to look in the system. If you're talented at something, you're very high IQ, but maybe you have a difficulty focusing on the time allotted for tests and projects. Education system no different.
Yeah.
Like they're like, you got 45 minutes to complete this test. Well, motherfucking, this guy got an IQ of the highest, and he's 2 grade levels up. You're gonna take him 2 hours. And they did a test on this. They took somebody's very high IQ, and they said he would fail in a lot of time. He had only answered 12 of the questions, and there's 24. Like,
sure,
he failed.
Putting a lot more thought into it.
And then they got to go extra time.
Something like that.
But that's how society says. But his excuse was, I can get to the answer, but I can't.
Oh, I could see that happening to me.
And then
Where you take a test and you can do it, you could do it faster, and I would be like, I'm taking a little longer to like think about these questions. Absolutely, Kev. I could
because
definitely
it could take
see that.
45 minutes for somebody to complete a lot of 20-minute time frame that's imposed. So he's so smart that he's not able to accomplish the test in a standard time. Then he's a failure.
Well, here's
so imagine you take your kid to the doc and says, "Doc, the teacher says he can't focus. He's smart, but he can't. We did a test. He could finish the test in 55 minutes, and he got 100%. But if he had to do it in the 20 minutes or whatever, he was last he was the last one. And they're like he has a problem with he has a problem with time efficiency. He doesn't can't
There she is on the bottom one. She's on the
the
bottom screen.
Contest.
A bunch of Taylors too.
Yes.
different television, but
so you have me thinking about like music and I think on your own in a situation where they give you the time. But when you're stressed out, you're like, hey man, I gotta get 30 minutes to finish this motherfucking thing. It took me 2 minutes to learn it. I gotta explain all this shit. I know the answer. Now they think you're cheating.
Right.
How'd you get the answer, son? Or whatever. Now they want explanation. He's cheating. No bullshit. He's just smart.
Here's a great example. The guy I had my battery in my car recently died, so I needed a new one. Now, the guy that showed up was working for AAA. Now, was that guy smarter than me? Maybe not. You know, debatably. I don't know anything about the guy, but let's just say that's all he does for a living, and he never had any other formal education. So, comparatively, somebody would say, okay, well, Brandon's probably smarter than him because he has all of these other things compared to this other guy. However, if you would have told me to change that battery, you'd have gave me all the tools and everything like that. I had all the tools available. That guy would have done it way faster than me. Yeah. Way faster, even though I probably could have taken a test that was way harder and completed that faster than he could on a different subject, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what encompasses what you're saying. It's like
they put time. Work in the job in the corporate. It's no different. Mm-hmm. Everything's got to be at time. I understand casinos. If 1 minute off, you're fucked. If the airline industry's 2 minutes off, they're very fucked. I mean, time, not doing your job, but learning.
That's such a
fucking
oh
task.
My God,
like people that learn how to drive. I know 14-year-olds that can drive good. They don't need They don't need to know anything. They don't need. That's gonna complicate it.
Right.
Now you give somebody a fucking book and he can't pass the test. Just can't pass the. I don't even know what 25 mile an hour, 10 feet behind. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know anything about any of that, but I know how to drive a car. So now his insurance is gonna be higher because he didn't pass the test. Some stupid shit. But until you get out there and get an accident, you could be a perfect test taker. You fucking can't drive. What the fuck's wrong with our society?
This is why, I can't watch pickleball. Sorry, Kev had a great point there. But I'm watching the pickleball, and it's like tap, tap, tap across. Like, sometimes it gets intense, but kind of for the most part, it's just tap, tap back, tap back, tap back, oh, tap back. And it's like...
burning all them calories.
Pickleball. Oh, that makes me laugh.
Got their own network. Shout out to CBS Sports for sponsorship in that. Where's my sponsorship deal?
I would rather watch Major League Wiffle Ball. I don't know if you knew that was a thing, but it is.
No.
And it's awesome. Imagine throwing a wiffle ball, Kev. Pitching a wiffle ball. That thing has so much movement on it.
Yeah.
How would you hit something like that? These guys, dude, they get up there with this skinny little bat. Boom. Dude.
Yeah.
And if you look up the Major League Wiffle Ball, they have a YouTube channel, and the production is actually fairly good. Like, the way that they present it, the voices are pretty spot on. I haven't checked into it this season. I don't know if I watched last season, but they were I thought they went to SoFi Stadium and to play their major league or their championship last year. Like, they played it in an actual stadium. There weren't any people in the stadium, if any, but That's where they got to go, man.
Nice.
Yeah, so they're getting a little bit of
Attention.
Yeah, a little bit of attention, yeah, for sure.
You know who's going to get a lot of attention?
A lot of kids love it.
Do you know who's getting a lot of attention in the Olympics next year? Olympics are over in Italy, I believe. I don't think they're in Italy.
Okay, I heard some chatter about this.
The flag football. Peyton
I've been
Peyton Manning is
seeing.
going to be the head coach for like the men's and women's or whatever. They're going to turn in. They're going to think about this one. And then what happens when the Super Bowl goes? 10 years from now, it'll be flag football. Some sort of flag football.
Yeah.
There'll be a flag. Not the fucking refs throwing flags. I'm talking flags.
I don't mind flag football.
I don't either. It's going to protect the injuries. It's going to be some sort of change in this game. It's just that because this way of these tackling guys, 30 mile an hour running at them full force to kill them.
Guys.
That is unheard. It's so bad. And I used to think about
it's literally paralyzing kids.
I don't like any of that injury stuff. I don't think
man.
the injuries are fake by any means, but
not about
how's
it.
Aaron Rodgers going to be playing next?
Oh,
now
fuck.
the Jets are creeping up, bro. Watch us. Thanksgiving, Aaron Rodgers will be starting after their bye week.
Yeah.
The Jets are going to go on a bye week, and then that'll be the talk. Aaron Rodgers. And you know what?
Coming back, isn't he?
The Jets will lose that first game just because Aaron's back and they'll be like, injury. He's not ready. He's not fully ready to come back to the NFL. And he'll come back and he'll win 5 in a row. Fucking Super Bowl.
And then re-injure it. And then they'll lose the Super Bowl.
And retire. Oh, yeah, he'll go on the first play.
Yeah, it'll be something like, he'll stand up and sit down like that again, dude.
He wasn't ready for the Super Bowl.
Dude.
So it's some script they got to throw Aaron Rodgers. They have to.
It's like from here on forward, every scripted thing, it's gonna be cheesy as fuck every time because
Christmas time coming up. Aaron Rodgers, people love him. Jets love him.
Yeah.
And then you got the Minnesota quarterback, who's the best quarterback in the league by stats. Beats all the quarterbacks.
Really?
He's out. Kirk Cousins is out. Viking season is done.
What?
He went out.
What happened?
This last game.
Oh,
broke his Achilles. Same thing as
beats
Rodgers
the Niners
did. But
and
Rodgers
then
did it in the first game.
the Achilles heel.
And he did it in week 8. He's
they
done.
finally got the Niners and then they're done.
Yep, they're done. Kirk Cousins was going on to have a record year. He is the best quarterback in the league. He is the best because his stats are blowing everybody out. It's just the Vikings aren't producing what he's showing. I'm telling you. He throw 300 yards and the Vikings still lose. I mean, it's unheard of.
Wow.
So now he's out. Viking season's done. I don't know what they're going to do anymore because Vikings were getting on this little creeping up.
A little bit of a geez, we knocked these guys out. We knocked the Niners off.
They, they're just creeping up, and then now you got that happened, and poor Vikings.
That's right,
fans.
boys. That's right.
So them injuries, I'm telling you, there's going to be something with this flag football. If enough of these injuries they're going to have to change the game. Again, they used to put enough padding, enough helmet change. I don't care how many hits you take. It only take enough to you're fucked. They get away with UFC fighting this shit in a way. It's just the way they manhandle you and throw you on the ground. Unless you're Tom Brady, you're not going to be able to hit people or get away with it. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Uh-oh.
Hey, the Raiders creeped up.
They must want some more points. We got some tackles being. Once you see how they try to tackle them, where they just sort of dive at them, watch, right here. Not right there, that one.
He's running slower.
Yeah, he's like, oh, wait. And then they
try to catch up to him, but the guy isn't really going that fast. As
right, but you can see he is not turned on. He is not at a full sprint. They're running. He's not even sweating.
Oh, face mask.
He grabbed him by
the get all the flags thrown. Jeez, of course, that's blatant.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. That ref wearing glasses is suspect. That one on the top. I could tell.
I didn't see him.
Oh, I could tell.
I was looking at this guy because he's got his visor on his thing. That's kind of suspect.
I don't know.
It'd been kind of funny if he would have grabbed his hair. And like, well,
Or a
maybe
chain.
you should
What if
cut
you had a
that
chain
shit.
on? Wouldn't a chain rip out there?
Yeah.
Because don't they wear them chains sometimes? You'd lucky to, yeah. Horse collar.
Huh. Weird. That's a weird way to like make the game take longer. Ah. Good God, how many times are they going to show it here? Like, let's go. What are they doing? What time is it? 8:32. Like, why? Like, this guy's fine. He can get up and walk off the field. There's no fucking reason that you would sit on the field and take up the rest of our time. You know what I mean, Kev? Like, be cognizant of other people's fucking time. But, like, right now, especially with the replays on the last, they replayed that view 5 to 7 times, and we only needed to see it twice, at the most. 3 for God's sake.
Be glad there's not an ambulance and there's an injury, because they got to show the fucking broken something 45 times.
Yeah.
And without commercial breaks, it's like.
And it was like, okay, how come he didn't just let go of his jersey? Like, why did he hold on? This is all scripted. He knows he can just let him go if he needs to. The guy will fall over if he has to. Why did he hold on? And then why did they pull let's waste another time with this, somebody's injured on the field, but nobody was injured? Like, what, he just needed a breather?
Oh, no, he left the field.
Did he leave the field?
He left.
Okay,
They
then why
took him
didn't he
in.
walk off fucking 30 seconds, 60 seconds ago, so I didn't have to say any of that shit?
No,
It's basically what I'm saying. What's going on here,
I
guys?
I don't know. It's
Something else.
It's
Like, is it syncing up with the world clock zone? Like, they have to run that play at 8:33 or something like that? And we're probably not even seeing real game time, too, so that's...
Well, it's pretty real time.
Okay.
Because I've had people in the stadium, I don't know, I'm not the game, I can't say that.
I guess, yeah.
But I've had people at a stadium where they called me from it, and they took a picture, and I'm like, you at stadium? I'm like, tell me how real life it is.
Yeah, what's
and he's
somebody
like,
doing?
It would be literally 2 seconds.
Okay.
Like, I could hear the whistle there, and then I would see, I'm like, okay, so you're about 3
Okay.
seconds, and that's okay. I want to just make sure, because it looks like this shit's like an hour. I want to make sure, first of all, are
Like
you there?
it could be.
Are you actually at the stadium? It's not like
Right.
I'm not watching Illusion. And he goes, no, yeah, and I'm like, okay.
Right, go
I can get that
streaking across the
conspiracy
field.
theory
We
out of my
need
head.
some,
I
visual
said,
proof.
are you sure you can validate this? Because I don't want to be fucking in partisan conspiracy that I'm the ass end up on.
Tell him to streak, because that's the only way we'll know for sure.
So, yeah, it's
That's hilarious.
yeah. I had to verify that, bro. I was like, man, I need to fight. And somebody posted something. I'm like, can I call you? They're like, yeah. And I was like, oh, shit. You're on the 50-yard line? And I'm like, no shit. And I was just like, cool.
You see the Raiders coach's visor?
Yeah.
That's like old school Raiders
You got
style,
the
too,
style.
isn't it? Like, how come this is weird?
They don't
Like, what's
change it.
going on here? Yeah,
just
like the
change-
Raiders,
they-
like
they
those
just-
are old school jerseys
You
too.
would think Vegas would have came up with their own something. But
They would have flashed it up or something like that, like modernized it.
the Vegas Mafia. Well, the
The
Bills
Raiders,
Mafia.
right? Yeah, they're raiding something over there.
How much cash
Fucking
can they come
people's bank accounts.
up? Yeah, stealing the cash from the gamblers.
That's a proper name for that team, actually. Yeah, if you think about it.
You know what's
I suppose it was
about,
the same with Los Angeles too.
all this bananas about the sports betting and oh, nice first down.
First down, baby.
All these player props. It's just so much going on. The Super Bowl is every game. You know that? You can bet on the coin. Every bet on the Super Bowl, you can bet on the game. Any game that's going on.
Hot damn.
Coin toss, the
Gatorade color.
Gatorade color, but they don't do the champion. But That's all.
What color hats the coach
Color
going to
hat
be
with
wearing?
This.
What color jerseys are they going to be wearing?
But what if you're like a cleaning crew? Do you think you have to go through like clearance to be like, hey, don't fucking tell anybody anything what we're doing? We're on the field practicing. We don't need you leaking out to the public. There's somebody behind the scenes that's not part of the team, but hey, they fucking just some guy that runs security.
There's that 31 again.
I was thinking about that. How many people you got to keep quiet?
Oh, man.
How much money do you have to pay people to not say anything? Do you threaten them, or do you just pay them a fuckload of money?
They just have them all in on
The
it,
payroll.
man.
Like you would just say, you're a high school teacher. Hey, we're going to hire you to come on the NFL. We're going to pay you millions of dollars. We just need you to fucking play this role.
Yeah.
Why not take somebody that's so random that doesn't have like this person used to be a quarterback in the NFL and now he's fucking throwing flags?
Right.
So that's the point. They just put all the ex-NFL players on the network just to like disclose everything. And that's where we are.
There's a population of people that we don't know about, Kev.
It's got to be like a government
absolutely
structure,
happening.
bro. It's got to be like
Yep.
a CIA outfit that they're running in this whole entire operation.
That's goddamn right.
And it's like a
Because
Mission
that's the
Impossible
last-
movie. It's like a Mission Impossible
That's
movie. We're
right.
Like, the fucking first half of the movie was that. Now look at the end. Like
It's
we
the
already know
last
the end.
thing we would
Yes,
expect.
ever.
It's the last conclusion that we would
last
come to.
conclusion.
We would consider all fucking other things. Even if that was the first thing that we considered, we would lay off of that and we would be like, how do we actually prove that?
How is
And it would
this
take us a while, and then we'd end up at the same conclusion, but it would take us a while. And that's the fucking point of it.
Like, how do they keep everybody quiet?
Even, well,
You wouldn't think that's the other skeptic. Well, somebody would talk.
I think
Motherfucker,
it's-
if my life's threatened because I signed a contract, no different than like I said, CIA. These big outfits, they're like you got to sign. You there's no way.
here's what I
It
think
would be
happens.
the only way you would sabotage an organization is to be an outsider, but you're going to be dead.
I think
Even if you're found guilty, the NFL is going to kill you somehow. They're going to find somebody that owes them a favor, and you're dead.
I think every like 200 to 500 years, maybe less, maybe a little bit more, but every 200 to 500 years, there's some sort of cataclysmic event where they can wipe out a large percentage of the population on the surface. And what they have it promised to people in the club is survival for them and their family, and their grandchildren's children are going to be taken underground, and they will survive the cataclysmic floods or whatever, the fires, whatever happens, the massive pressure drops where debatably like it just turns all the animals to stone because it's just a quick pressure, like, or whatever it happens. Okay, I don't fucking know, right? I haven't been there for one of them, but I would guess that's something. There's some underground civilization that understands that these cataclysmic events occur, that wipes out the surface population, so they can basically just keep manipulating us and wiping it out and running the fucking script back again on the next civilization that they do this to. All the while, people like this, they maybe even, their level of education on such subject is up for debate, because it could be a multiple families that have survived thousands of years, families that are new, there's something even movies like that, like basically explain that this is happening, and they're like volcano movies.
You could get
Armageddon.
information out of a magician before you get it out of an NFL ref. If I ran in, bro, think about
they're
that.
protecting something
think about
that
this
would
one.
be worth protecting.
These
It would be
motherfuckers
something
go
massive
to
like that.
Thanksgiving dinner, and some little fucking
Yeah.
niece that's not even part of the fucking family asks some stupid about the NFL being rigged. Do you think that fucking ref is going to say, "Oh yeah, it's fucking rigged"?
Yeah.
No, it'd be no different than if you work for a organization and you're all sworn to secrecy, but you all show up at one place and you got a few outsiders. Do you honestly think we're going to give you the secrets?
Right.
You're out of, that's how
Yeah.
they can tell. Why do you think that government is so good at keeping people quiet? Not the media, not the news outlets. I'm talking the shit that goes on that Area 51. I mean, the shit's on the internet. you take the area like that stuff. But I'm talking, there's nobody that's gonna like, hey, that's all.
Yeah, they're
part
just
of
not
this
going to
company.
admit it to you.
This-
They're totally trained not to.
This is another organization that is no different.
Right, and they this type of organization with like underground roots, where they've survived cataclysms and they have an entire fucking system of separation or like division through unity, basically. Like, look at all the governments. They're all basically doing the same thing, but they're all fucking a little different. Look at all the religions. They're all basically the same thing, but they're all a little bit different. They all culturize. They have this whole fucking thing mapped out from like however long the script needs to be. Is it a 1,000-year long script? Is it a 500-year long script? It does. Who knows? I don't know, guys. I don't have the fucking script. But I imagine that's what it's got to be. Like, look, let's reduce all things, and this is the kind of things that we would come to, because we can simply ask, what would it take, Kev?
Yeah, what would it take?
Just money? Fuck no,
you
not just
couldn't. It's
money.
impossible.
People would talk if it was just about money.
The only time you become money is when somebody wants to sabotage.
They would write a
an
book
outfit.
later on and
That's
confess.
Why back in the day, there was like
Everybody
classified-
wants to be a
people were-
hero.
No, people were giving away information to
Exactly.
other countries because countries were paying them off. And you ain't gonna pay there's nobody
Yeah,
gonna pay enough to
they'd want
get
to play
the
that
answer.
savior of the people
That's
type
why
of
cash
role. Like, that's not going to
controls
fucking
everything.
happen here.
Cash
Because then their
controls.
families don't survive the fucking cataclysm. They get kicked out of the
Done.
fucking club. And listen, it's not just like, oh, you survive a cataclysm. No, it's like in the Skulls movie where they get fucking black credit cards that are unlimited. Fucking, like, you just have cash, dude. You just like get $20,000 every month in your fucking account. Have fun. You get like BMWs handed to you. Like, everything gets handed to you. Like, it's a lifestyle that it's the American dream. Those people are living it, not trying to dream about it. And the Americans trying to dream about it are the fucking slaves that are betting, you know, losing all their money on degenerate gambling through rigged and scrigged sports.
It's so blatantly. Hey, it's what it is.
It is,
Halftime,
y'all.
ready
It
to
is, y'all.
fucking. It's 16-9.
Should we pause it up?
Sure.
All right, let's pause it up. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, everybody. Holy shit, that extra point kick. It's 14-16, Lions.
30 seconds into the third quarter, and they scored.
That extra point kick, was going out. Like, that kicker effed that up, but
They bounced that up.
they magnetized that sucker right on back
Or
in.
they would have thrown a flag. That's exactly how they would control that situation.
I think it's electromagnetism that they can manipulate to move any object that they want. It doesn't have to be magnetically. Electromagnetism.
Look what they did with
basically,
the hoverboard. The hoverboard.
Ooh.
Now we got that out there. Not extremely, but it's there.
That's
The
that's
fucking
another
magnetism.
type of.
The fucking trains running on magnets. I've seen them over in Europe. These trains run on magnets, and they're fast as fuck. The bullet trains in Japan, they're fucking amazing.
That's right.
Everything is running hydraulics. Everything is no electricity required. Just
That's
fucking
one of the
magnets.
things they say is underground are these really fast maglev trains, and that's how these
They'll get you 500
celebrities
miles
and
in an hour and a
whatnot.
half.
Yeah, they
Literally.
can travel around the world or whatever you
Go
want to
through the
call
Swiss
it.
of Alps.
Yeah.
It's amazing views.
Just shoo.
Yes. And that's what they're creating these luxury style, like first class type of train systems.
Electromagnetism is what I think.
I used to take the bullet train from Frankfurt all the way over to Munich, Germany, like all those little short trips. But they were literally, you would pay an extra 20 euro,
little bop
get on the
bops.
bullet train, you get to Paris and back to Frankfurt. Fucking no
Bang,
problem.
bam, bam, bullet, bang, bang, bang.
And you're sitting there and you're
shot,
going, and it feels like you're doing 150 mile an hour on a fucking track.
Yeah,
Think
hell
about
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
An airplane.
I
with
was
your
kind of
600
wondering,
taking off. You're just sitting there. And
like, what would that feel like? Like 50
they built
minutes on a
construction to
maglev
withstand
train?
it,
Like,
so
what do
you
you
don't
do?
even realize it. It's pretty fucking genius concept.
I wonder if they like knock them out, like they just go to sleep for 50 minutes on these things, or if you just actually sit there for 50.
I know, I drank
Probably
all the
get
time.
used
They gave
to
you
it.
free booze. It's like first class on a plane, but you're on a bullet train. I was drinking all the time, big beers. It was just like, it was a different
Sake.
culture way of doing things. They got you where you needed to be, and man, you end up in 2 different countries in a matter of minutes.
I'll take the sake.
Yes.
I actually didn't really like sake that much. It wasn't that great.
It's not one of those, I never liked it. even Japan, they always give you after the meal. They give you a hot tea or sake. They sometimes give you both, and I never was a fan, big fan of it either.
I go
Rice
for
wine.
some hot tea. I fucking love tea. I haven't had it for a while though. Coffee has kind of captured my taste buds. And since I can put the raw cream in coffee, I actually really like that too. That helps me like kind of fast a little longer in the morning if I don't want to eat like a big. I fucking hate eating, okay? I just hate it. Like, I enjoy the taste and stuff like that, and I enjoy food, but god damn, what a waste of my time. Like, I would much rather just, like, not have to put energy into my body to spend energy. I know that is, like, not how it works.
I wish I had a
but
DeLorean
you know
and
what?
I could put all the shit in there and let the fucking car drive itself. Well, the fucking cars are driving themselves. Hello.
Oh,
We just
man.
ain't running on plutonium.
Yeah,
Running on
holy
electricity.
shit.
I get it, bro. Imagine there's got to be something that, well, besides binging cocaine or doing something to not eat, I get that it's exhausting to,
Yeah.
especially the prices these days. Jesus Christ, you can fucking, it's
then
amazing how much expensive it is. And the
Yeah.
quality ain't going any better. It's just cost of living going up and the chances of surviving is going down.
Like, bro, I can buy a pack of chicken
I'm gonna tell Ben to
tenderloins
write a song about it.
for, yeah, I
Trevor,
should.
get your guitar, get a notepad, here's your first lyrics. Cost of living going up, chances of surviving's going down in a fucking hellhole handbasket. I don't know the rest, but you figure it out. That's why the musicians are geniuses. Come up with the lyrics and put it all together.
Oh, fuck,
And
I
if you're,
forgot what I was going to
yes,
say.
yes, write it.
Ready to roll. Let's go. It's getting close to, speaking of Ben Gertner, what day is his concert again?
Oh, I don't know. They
So was
might
it
have
like
to
the
move.
13th of, gotta double check on that. I don't want to miss that one.
November, yeah, I think it's I'll have to double check. I think it's the Thursday before Thanksgiving. I'll have to check with them. Shout out to Ben, local singer. We'll get him on the cast.
Yes.
Do a Q&A. If he's open to it, I'm sure why he wouldn't oblige, but hey. I'm keep him focused on what he's doing though. I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to interrupt the
jinx him.
process sometimes.
I don't want to let him do
Yeah.
his thing and yeah.
I'll let people kind of process their.
Yeah, because he's really advancing in that and pursuing his true dreams and what he really
Yeah,
wants to do.
like he
And
puts effort
I
and
give
work
respect
into
to
that.
people that
Love that.
do that.
Oops,
That's-
sorry. Sometimes I pop my collar a little bit and I forget that this microphone's on here. And if that made a noise, hopefully it wasn't too loud. Back to scrigged football.
Scream.
I know,
Script.
that was a word fumble earlier that I was trying to say scripted and rigged at the same time, and scrigged just came out. So that's what I'm going with. Basically, I got to call it Scrig to get past the algorithms on Facebook. They're going to start banning me just for saying shit's fake. Like, I go in and, dude, they banned me for saying maggot because it's too close to the word faggot.
Oh, the algorithms.
Dude, yeah, it's like you can't say like, okay, I was on this one Twitch channel and the gal said doggo killer. And my brain was just like, let's flip the letters in the middle, right? So it would have been Dallo kicker. Like, just, I don't know why my brain did that at the time. It was just, we were just trying to have fun, right? Like, mess around with words. And so I write that in the chat. I was like, Dallo kicker. And it's like, all of a sudden it gets deleted. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, oh, it's the IGGER. Like, I can't even be like, hey guys, hey chat, what's the name of the bouncy thing in Winnie the Pooh? they would say Tigger. Banned!
That's amazing. The algorithms are really... Fuck, you can't even speak
Yeah,
language.
dude.
If it's not in the dictionary, you can't use it in Scrabble anymore, them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Let's take fucking all this
Can't
back.
say it. Can't say it,
That's
dude.
the
It's too
problem.
close.
That's the problem with this, like I said, speaking languages, learning languages. You can't, there's, the way we're shifting, all these new words and all these, it's really,
Like,
different. It's another dialect.
they're even including
Strange.
They'll include, since they're doing that, they'll include the alternate, like a Spanish version of the word. They're censoring like certain words, just like little assholes, dude.
Now talk about controlling with cash.
It's like, so
you're going to
faggot
control
is a protected class?
Also, what everybody can and can't say. No, you can't. No,
Right.
not even going to get to the point where you can.
I probably just got us kicked off YouTube.
It's just that's.
I don't know if we can say that on YouTube anymore. Like if we were live on YouTube, I don't know actually. This video will get posted to YouTube, so, and it gets transcripted, so it's gonna be there. I just don't think that YouTube is necessarily censoring
What happens
like
when
they
the NFL,
used to.
What happens when the NFL coincides with
Unle-
with YouTube and they buy them out, and you can't even type any of the words script, rigged.
Those are all my keywords.
Flag. They gotta call it a whole nother word. Like the conspiracy gets out, and everybody knows it's rigged. Now you're done. That's it. I'm closing shop. I'm going to
Kev just lists off.
I'm going to Antarctica. Time to go.
He lists off every keyword that I have on all the videos that are in hashtag NFL, rig, scripted, sports, like any of those. Like, we're done. We're getting banned so hard. Oh my God. Okay, the Lions are down inside the 5. It's already within 7 minutes of the third. So basically we could see really only like 3 more scores on the game. Or 3 more score attempts if they wanted to. But they'll probably bring this down to be a pretty close game because it'll teeter on the Lions covering the spread or not.
Like I explained from the beginning, every thought play. Now, it's not saying that. I'm just saying that even though that's good, give him the fight out. We want a shootout. That's why I'm talking about to keep it close. The over would go. That's just it could have
Possibly, yeah.
Could have been 10-3 at this point.
I think that they want the Raiders to win this game to look tough.
I think they want the Raiders to creep at the end.
Because they've looked trash all season.
And then Detroit
so far.
has a bye next week, so they give them time. Like the Niners. The Niners got a fucking get out of fucking whatever pass. The fans are like, okay, we lost 3 games. Now we got all the fans of NFL. We need this time to rest. We're 0-3. The fans are part of all. That's the whole part of the gambling. You got to take the fan hat off of it. But these fans are all. It's an excuse. If the Detroit Lions lose, they can afford to lose. The Vikings are done. The Detroit's going to control this division for the rest of the year. Detroit could clinch this division at December, so week 12.
Yeah.
If even if they lose this game 5-3,
and the NFL likes that guy,
and they end up 11-3, they would clinch the division because the Vikings ain't winning 5 games. They're done. Vikings are going to win one. They're it. The Vikings are the rest of the team's golfing, while Kirk Cousins is in the hospital. Like their season's over, no more practice. They're done now, but the NFL is going to figure out a way to get them in there to cover spreads. They ain't going to win. They're going to cover fucking spreads, bro. They're going to cover spreads. That's the goofy thing. You take out star player, fucking NFL teams will cover because the public thinks they're going to fucking just, no way the Vikings. Kirk Cousins is out next week. Fucking everybody's going to be on whoever. I don't even know the Vikings are playing. So that's an example of how that works.
Like none of those guys are even going for the football as it's like bouncing around there and just watching that. No, all that makes sense, Kev. I was just going to say, like, the NFL loves this guy right here, number 98, Crosby. I don't know what it is, but they like him. He's like one of their defensive players that they like to show, you know, one of the big defensive ends.
I don't know anything about
He's
him.
so stereotypical, like, big white defensive back.
Yeah. Maybe something. If it ain't Mahomes,
He reminds me of the guy in The Program, that movie The Program, I think it's called. if that's correct. I might be getting that movie name wrong. I haven't thought about that for a while, but I'm pretty sure the program is that football movie where that one dude is on roids so bad he's just all jacked up, and the coach is like, shit, he knows he's on roids, but he wants that jacked defensive end to come make the big stops for him.
Yeah, these sports, man, they're definitely a distraction from life.
That's right. That's right.
They're a way to center attention on something that's entertainment. Investing time to be entertained.
That's right, dude.
Real life brainwashing that the NFL is very good at controlling, bro.
Oh, look
They are very at manipulating. There's corruption in government, education, politics, and the religion. We've talked all about it, been down the rabbit hole. But we can all agree without debating that there is corruption. Everyone can agree that all this, they can, but they'll disagree. So it's almost hand in hand, man.
Well, they'll agree with you that the NFL is rigged. They'll be like, well, the refs can do this, or that, you know, they can do that. But they probably, like we were saying earlier, they won't admit that the whole thing is rigged. Like,
There's
all of
no
it's
way.
scripted, guys.
It gets put in a no way category.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
That's
no way.
the same as the shape of the earth.
There's
No
way.
way it's a lie. There's no way all those people at NASA are lying. It's like, actually, yeah, it is a pretty easy
The
fucking way
stars
that they're
look
all
pretty
lying.
goddamn close. I don't know. The moon definitely gets closer every year.
There's some, I feel like sometimes, it's like sometimes time is maybe speeding up a little bit.
I'm thinking these wires that somehow come unscrewed, I think the rotation of the earth is making these wires come down. Because there'll be times I'm like, how the fuck did this king come loose? It's impossible. And I'm like, oh, it's been 15 years. No, like it's some, and I'm, oh, no shit. Yeah, there's something with these wires. I was telling somebody, like, that's why we're going wireless. The old timers tell me that. They're like, yeah. They're like, you didn't know that? And I'm like, holy shit, no. They're like, yeah, that's an old wise tale, and it's the truth. He's like, it's unexplained. It's not explainable. I'm like, I didn't. You're right.
You remember, so we were just talking about the movie, and not to get in on this subject, but I'm going to make reference to this movie to make reference to another movie, so you notice the pattern. We were just talking about Back to the Future and how the Biff's Almanac, Sports Almanac, is basically them soft disclosure. Like, they're saying, hey guys, there's a fucking book that has the script and people have it. Not that it was a discovery, or that, you know, it was an ingenious idea for the movie because they were going back in time and the writers were just really brilliant, right? It was one of these pieces that they just fabricated together. It was like, no, they were writing it around the fact that, look, there's an NFL script out there. All the games are scripted. Somebody already has the almanac. They're just kind of using that story to say that. Now, in the same manner, do you remember the movie Pitch Black with Vin Diesel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In addition to these cataclysmic events like floods, fires, whatever it is, whether they're natural or not, I think there's plenty of songs about it too. Like, I think that the sun might stop shining for a period of time, and then there's a period where there's no fucking sun. So like plant life, animals, like stuff on the surface, if you don't have the ability to, like, full spectrum lighting, you don't have electricity or this and that, like, how are you going to grow plants to feed cattle to survive? You know, so maybe that's one thing that happens. Like, the sun turns off and on periodically. Like, how the fuck do we know? We just don't know, but there sure are a hell of a lot of songs about it.
You know?
So, and movies. So just kind of wanted to throw that out there too. Like, it's really, when we're trying to think about just something like, how is the NFL scripted? There's such a large spectrum of things that we have to actually consider to navigate that idea and what actually is possible. Look at him like fumble fuck that shit. He catches it, dude. Like, he's got it. He's got it. Oh. Whatever, man. Oh, we got a punt, though, on next down, and if I catch this, we'll have a first down, so I got to, drop it.
Damn, those hits, man. How do they not? They just get hit.
Yeah, some of those are.
Some of those are worse hits than WWE takes. The WWE lands on tables and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how you fucking fake that shit. This shit looks like you fucking break your fucking head if you're wrong.
I know, right?
You move. I don't know how you fucking that shit is that. That's one of the script things. Like, how the fuck do they? How does that guy do that without breaking his? How do you perform acrobats? Well, gymnasts are one thing. They got a script. They go up. These fucking guys are jumping over ropes and
Right.
jumping off of cages and like jump like. I don't get it. It's like some fucking
And actually
weird
not.
fucking
Yeah, you gotta
weird
be.
some sort of like.
It's
Jackass
probably.
shit.
Yeah, like it's.
ladders and shit. Those ladders look pretty fucking real to me.
It's probably like playing guitar and getting calluses on your fingers. You know, if you don't have calluses on your fingers, you're not going to be able to play guitar that long. It's going to hurt your fingers holding on to these strings.
Yeah, I guess they're just used to just doing it.
Yeah, that's what I think they do. They get used to it.
Because some of the way these NFL players hit, they fucking body slams these guys. Like,
Yeah.
WWE's.
You
they
can
fall
hear
on a
that
mat
there's-
that's scripted to fucking withstand that pressure. Well, you could fucking break your back, break your ribs. I mean, I don't know. Some of these players take these hits, like I was saying earlier. There's Taylor. Thank God she's fine. All right, she's okay. There she is. All right, good. Go to theater and stay there, Taylor. What's in my wallet? Not fucking any money for your tickets. $10,000 a ticket. How the fuck? That's why the NFL can't even charge that money unless it's Super Bowl. That's a fucking concert in Texas. So we've been down that road too. The prices. That's why she's a fucking billionaire. She's worth more than half what NFL's like a 10 billion. She's worth 5. And going. She'll be in 20 billion. Unbelievable. I should put a sign up on the fucking no Swifties trespassing.
Oh my God.
Dude, they'll come with pitchforks and a fucking something.
Dude, yeah, you should put that up and just see what kind of reactions you get from the trick-or-treaters. Like, they might throw candy at your house instead. Like, you might have the cops fucking pull up, dude, and be like, you need to take that fucking sign down. Or you're like, or we're going to have to take you downtown. Like,
How much?
Swifties,
how much influence.
Swifties people called us, and yeah, they're going to be pressing charges if you don't take that. Like, I can see it happening.
They're ruthless. Back when that guy, his daughters, they want to go see Taylor Swift for a graduation present, and he said okay, but he didn't know the tickets were going to be $5,000 a piece. He told them no. They went on a boycott. That was back in the springtime. Right after Super Bowl, that's when this all started, and they had pitchforks, and they keep your promise. Keep your promise. And they had signs up. It's not fair.
No.
My dad's a liar.
Oh my God.
Taylor,
no.
please, we want to come see your concert. Like they were trying to boycott this, like just
Oh.
send a Taylor and explain how I hate my father. Like,
wow.
he was mad. He said, girls, take your shit off the street.
Wow. Or imagine wanting to go to a Taylor Swift concert.
Oh, being
that
promised
bad.
for graduation of all things. You've been listening to Taylor Swift since
shit.
your 8th grade, and now you're promised to go, and then all of a sudden, honey, fucking Super Bowl tickets aren't even that, and Dad, you promised. Oh, fuck kids. All right, here's 2 years of college.
Yeah.
Have Taylor Swift pay for your college while you're at the concert. But still, today,
Oh, they'd
$5,000
give
to
it
go see
up,
her,
dude.
To go see her, she's even more because Kelsey's involved.
They could be like, okay,
They
you
could
can either...
say Travis Kelsey's in the city, she's performing just to have lunch, and fucking the Swifties are the tickets prices go up.
Yeah, the father could be like, okay, you can either go to college tuition free because I have all this money saved for you, or you can go to a Taylor Swift concert. They'd fucking choose the Taylor
Of
Swift
course.
concert. They'd
Dad,
be like,
it's a memory.
fuck
That's
the
how
40
that's
grand.
justification. It's not fair.
Yeah.
Everybody else is going.
I can go to any
all
college.
your friends' dads paid for those tickets.
I'll
Oh.
work my way out of debt. It's no big deal. Everybody does it. But not everybody's going to Taylor Swift.
I think there's probably a circle of Swifties that are promoted, or hey, they're in the circle of Swifties where they get tickets for nothing. They get free tickets. Hey,
Fuck,
Swaler
dude.
she's like, Taylor approved 20 tickets for my Swiftie friends because we're on Instagram. Like, no shit, the circle. They're like, hey, we get fucking, and that's another group that can control like that type of shit. You think these kids are paying that money? Fuck no.
That brings a good topic to the table is how these kids think that emotional manipulation will get them things. I, as a kid, never did that shit. Like, I understood that I could do it. What? I've never seen a player jump up in the stands.
Yeah, like,
Kev. What's going on right now?
What the?
This doesn't seem right. Like, what the fuck?
Is that the Lambeau leap?
Like, why did he jump up in the stands between a white woman and, like, her boyfriend or something like that? And then she's all hugging him and he's, like, pelvic thrusting. That's what I basically just remember seeing.
Oh, they won't show it, huh? Strange. I had never seen that before.
Yeah, that's fucking
Jumping up
weird.
in stands. Jumping all.
Yeah, like they wanted that photo out for some reason. You telling me he just jumps up in the stand? Like, why wouldn't all players jump up in the stands then? Like,
Lambeau Field is pretty. Those players jump up and it looks like a liability to me.
yeah.
NBA players don't be jumping.
He's like, good job, boy. You did your part of the script. Now you can just smooth sailing on here throughout the rest of the game.
Because we're going to lose this game in the fourth quarter. I mean, only 9 points. That's nothing. I mean, touchdown, field goal, or touchdown next. Yeah. 9 points. We need a field goal to cover the spread.
Yeah, that certainly looked like a photo op. Okay. Well, 14-23 Lions. Third quarter, 3 minutes left.
John 3:13.
What are we looking at? It's at a 35 points on the board right now? Sorry. It's not 35.
$37.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh,
37.
baby, that's
okay.
it. 37. That's a good one.
Interesting. Maybe we'll see these.
This game is going to be I'm telling you, man, just by progression here, unless there's a turnover in the next 2 minutes, this is going to be they want the Raiders to cover this spread, man.
Yeah, this is.
I'm telling you, the public money is all over these lines. So.
Yeah, this has been an interesting second half. We might see the over, actually, the first over of the year for Monday night games. That would be pretty interesting to see the over hit. That would change up some thinking about the future.
Flag.
Yeah, seriously.
Nope. Damn.
Oh,
Did that
come
not look like that
on.
was a pretty easy catch?
Yeah, and then he flails his arms, like, throws him out, you know?
Well, maybe they need to dictate that to push the time down or some stupid nonsense. All right, guys, we need to flop this next fucking catch.
Yeah.
All right, I got you, coach.
Yeah.
Copy is what they copy. 10-4.
Oh, need a sack. Yep. Jeez.
Wow, interesting.
Okay, so that says they want...
No, I don't know what they want the end of the third. Some weirdness. They don't want it too close, maybe.
Maybe they still want the under.
You never know, man. I've seen stupid things happen. 41 points up at half, and Chiefs fucking scored 7.
Like, why did the quarterback...
how the fuck did that not
He
go
had plenty of room there just to step off and scramble. Why did he wait for the one lineman around him to get free, spin or untackle him? Like, what the fuck, dude?
You'd have to ask
This
the eyes in the sky.
It's right, man. This shit is so scripted. It's
The eyes in the
fucking
sky
hilarious.
and the hears in the ear sets. That's what you know. That's
ears
the
in
only
the
way you
ears
can know.
That's right.
And they're
dude.
talking like air traffic controllers. All right, you know, in coding, they're talking. They got to be some sort of like, all right, 0550.
Right,
they
34
don't
blue.
say, they're talking in code.
Yeah,
They're
code
talking
red.
in code. They can't go over the, okay, we need a flag thrown on 3rd and 8. No,
Yeah.
they got to be like, hey, they just
Yeah,
flag.
you would have like you would
Flag.
have people in there. You would say blue. They're going deep. He's going deep. Blue.
Blue,
You know,
gee.
they would have all sorts of shit, and you would see all of them react. But
See
they
the-
don't.
yeah.
They don't. They know it's all
It's gotta
scripted
be
to the
some
point
sort
where,
of different language. of
yeah,
this.
they tell him to fucking you got to hold, grab his jersey.
You know, like an air traffic controller over the
Face
over the
mask.
over the
Yeah,
network.
yeah. There's something.
Have
Whatever
you ever heard
it
air
is.
traffic controller over the network? You could hear them, and they talking like a dude. Like the language is
Like you said too, it's probably
Way
you were
strange.
asking too. It's all probably encrypted channels.
very encrypted.
Like
very encrypted. Like crypto language. That's all. That's what is used in
yeah.
some sort of like. You can't piece it together. No matter how, it's just like anything. They got it.
Yeah, it would be so time consuming too to do that. Like,
And you don't have
wouldn't-
enough people in the world that would hack into a system like that, because what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, we're gonna do
What are
it.
you going to fucking okay? What are they
Expose the NFL. The
they
NFL
already
expose
know.
themselves. They
So
already
that's,
know. Yeah.
It's very key when people with these take all the headsets away from the refs. See what happens.
Yeah.
They won't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, right.
Hey, because how can they see these?
Oh, can I
these
throw that
calls?
flag or can I
Nope.
not throw that flag? They wouldn't
they're-
know.
They don't. That's the whole thing.
They would be like, shit, if we don't have the
they are
script, we don't know when to
They
throw.
are the scapegoats for all the errors and all the bullshit, and everybody forgets about it and moves on to next week and know it's going to happen again. And
Right.
it's fucking insanity
Yeah.
to think that's our culture, man. It's the most popular sport
Well, they know players too.
that people
or
can't
people-
play, but they're fascinated at the whatever.
They know that people too, when they're watching these games, sorry, hold up a second. I'm watching this again. They're watching these games. They're basically they're watching their favorite players. So they got their eyes kind of fixed on a certain number already, on a certain thing. They don't know how to watch the whole thing to the point where they're just able to notice that, hey, those guys aren't trying. If they were really running as fast as they could and trying to tackle that guy, then this would look like this. They're not thinking about those things. They're focused in on whose jersey they just bought.
It's a lot of that thing is because a lot of people don't care about their teams. They care about the fantasy points. They care about the players.
Mm-hmm.
They give a fuck who wins the game. I need the quarterback to get over 225 and a half passing yards. That means I need
So
a high
that
scoring game.
dude's right.
Fucking let's make the over happen, please. No, they didn't give a fuck about the game. They're betting on just
They're
that's a big deal.
multitasking. That's
but
another
it takes
part of it,
away
too.
from the scriptedness because hey, even if it's good for you, Hey, keep doing it, guys. Keep fucking doing it.
That's right. That's right.
But it's going to bite somebody in the end because nothing ever goes one way. It's always, they got to mix the whole thing up. Man, they're good at the numbers. I'm telling you, usually there's undefeated teams to like week 12. Usually like a 12-0 team. Fuck, bro, no, they didn't make it past 7 before undefeated's all. And now there's only no more losing teams. That was usually unheard of. There should be an 0-9, 0-10 team, but fuck, man.
Yeah.
So.
Gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
It's gnarly. It's gnarly.
And then God said, let NFL and gambling merge on the 8th day when he created this earth.
Yeah. Even considering that they're only paying attention to a couple different things on the game, they're also like so distracted by other things in their lives that they're probably not even thinking that deeply about the game that they're watching. Like you were saying, they want that quarterback to get over 200 passing yards and everything else about
sacks.
it. They don't
They want
give
the
a
quarterback
fuck.
on his back.
Right. I think that's part of the how so much of this is enabled is people are so they don't have time to care, Kev, then like put effort and focusing in on it. They don't give a fuck. So
It's my team, it's our team, it's our family's team.
Yeah.
It's our sports bars team.
It really
People
is.
take
like,
offense when you tell them, hey, there's funny business going on with their team and their star athletes, but they don't want to believe in it. Nor will they let their kids know or believe that it's okay to believe in Santa Claus and Easter Bunny.
Right.
You mentioned the word rigged fans. If you mention the
Oh,
word rigged,
my God.
they will come up to you and defend their team. If you're a Chiefs fan, you're in a win-win situation for the next 5 years until the next big star comes along and creates another generation of false hopes and dreams for our sports fans. That's where we are.
got pretty much gospel. Better than gospel. I've seen it written in stone tablets. Oof.
But I'll tell you, there's no more miserable feeling. I've had this happen before. I used to play them fucking parlays. I did it for entertainment, but goddamn, I got a $5 to win $2,000, and it comes down to this game. And I'm gonna shut it off and go to sleep because the problem is, you fucking lose on an 18 parlay, whatever the parlay is, and it comes down to this, and you got on the rig side, you got fucked over. Then it's like you got a dread with that.
I don't like losing.
People that gamble on this shit, no, they distinctively for about 12 hours remember every fucking bad loss they had in their gambling card. But then about Wednesday they forget. That's how long it takes. It's like poker for me though, it can take years to get over a bad beat.
It's that stress.
Just the fucking hand I see, and it's the same logic, but I was in control of that situation. This shit's out of my control, but I still believe it's part of my team, my player. I'm part of this organization.
Yeah.
I have a jersey, so I'm part of it. I bought
team.
the entire. I've been to a game.
It's my team.
You ain't a Packers fucking member, but that's how all sports fans.
Yeah.
And if you even mention, you'll jinx the people. Like, you're over to party. Hey, this shit's rigged. Bro, don't fucking jinx it, bro. Like, you will get.
No, right.
And if you don't, and if it comes out at the end where you didn't cost them the loss, you're okay. Because our team was supposed to win anyways. But I've seen people have to leave fucking Super Bowl parties at halftime because they were such nellies about how it's not scripted. It's the Super Bowl. But everybody knows that's fucking scripted. Everybody knows the shit's all scripted. But now it's every game. See?
Right.
That's why this shit just works for the NFL.
My dad's a 49ers fan. I talked to him last night, and conversation got into that a little bit.
What?
And I'm like,
who? The 17ers?
The 17ers, yeah, that's right, the 17ers.
They're the 17ers for 2 more weeks after the bye.
And I said, hey, I'm like, dude, it's so scripted. Like, just, you watched the game, right? I was like, who was Brock Purdy throwing to at the end there? He's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I was like, yeah, there wasn't even guy even within 5 to 10 yards. Like, where the fuck was he even throwing the ball? Straight to the other team is where he threw it. It wasn't even a hard catch. He threw it straight to him.
Just straight to him. What did he say?
Like within 10 yards or 5 to 10 yards of where the guy was, and he's just like kind of quiet. I was like, well, you know, like, and then I used the example. You could look at the first touchdown that they scored against the Niners, and the two defenders that were over there, like the one of them, he just turns his head like he doesn't know where the ball is. They both stay about 5 to 10 yards away from the receiver. They don't close in on him. And they just, like, he knows where the receiver is, that he flailed his arm up there to make it look like an attempt on the ball. But his head the whole time is turned away from it, looking at it, like he's not even trying to make a play on the guy or the ball. It's like you would only do that for one reason and one reason only. If you were a retard, or if the game was scripted. And that guy's clearly not a retard because he's playing professional football. So he would obviously know how to close the gap and cover the guy and play defense. I mean, he clearly was not. So it is scripted. It is rigged. Looks like they're all in on it.
And now this day and age, because you got 40 million people watching a whatever. I don't know the numbers. Different. But the fucking Niners or the Chiefs are playing, obviously the numbers are 50 million.
I wish they would put how much money is on each game. That's what I would want to know too. Like, because that would be fucking really interesting. Like, if we knew how much money was the public losing tonight on this game.
Well, that's like people ask, well, Kev, how do you know that 80% is on one side?
Yeah.
Because there's stats that are run on these games.
Yeah.
Based off of.
They show
you
Yeah.
like 80% of. They don't say is the money. They just say 80% is on free picking, is on pools, is on football.
Because aren't those all open knowledge?
It's open market.
Open knowledge.
Because
yeah.
the problem is that all the sports.
The stock market works the same way. Crypto market works the same way. You can see all of the transactions taking place. It's not a secret.
Now the sportsbook market has where you can, but it only shows you like one big book. That's money that's coming in. But look at all the money that's bet on fucking local books through.
Yeah.
Just not this DraftKings shit. But DraftKings has another thing. They can show you, like, we have whatever. But now, whether those numbers are correct or not, it still gives you an idea where the money is at. And if there's more money on one side, like this game, 80% is on. So you got to figure, I bet there's probably, if I'm guessing, for actual money.
Guys, and if you're Vegas.
Like 4 million, maybe more on the
That's right.
Lions, and maybe only.
Yeah.
Whatever, 80, so 20% of 4.
So, yeah.
So maybe like 1 million on the.
So guys, if you're Vegas, or you're these sports teams getting paid by Vegas, however that actually works, your interests are in participating and throwing the public, because that's how they fund this whole shit show. They keep shorting the public whenever they need to.
It's like a market. It's insider trading, bro.
Yeah, why would
this
they speak?
This is like live, but we don't know.
It would be
That's
like,
the thing.
I have the almanac.
If you are in a corporation, and like we have that secrecy. We're in a corporation. We're like, Brandon, we got $10 billion. You know, like we're gonna do this whole scheme, and we keep doing it and get away with it. Mm-hmm. But this is protected by entertainment. See, stocks and that shit ain't entertainment, bro. That's fucking money. They get away with it. Stocks can't be like, well, we do the stock exchange for entertainment. No, but it's the same fucking concept. It's just not like this because we don't see the.
Yeah.
Well, we see what you see is what you get.
Right.
But what you know is all. That's what people won't grasp the concept. They're just like, no, that don't make no sense, Kev.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck does it?
How does it not make any sense? Like, what are you not getting here?
They gave that guy $300 million. Why would he need more money? Motherfucking, you ask any millionaires, hey, you guys want more money? We don't need it. Yeah, I want more money. You ask billionaires, fucking everybody, because it's a status symbol at that point. It's keeping score. It's like, who can have the most commas and zeros at the end of the day, motherfuckers?
Right.
When you control an organization like this is so much money that's in this business of this whole. These networks, 5 major networks are all part of this. So what do they put? Spokesperson before the game. Hey, we all love the fucking Detroit Lions, and then everybody bets on them. Same thing. So manipulation, man.
That's right. That's right.
It's all been like that.
That
But it's
is
so
damn right.
fascinating that it's, I don't know what it is. It's like a slot machine, man. It's all the colors and numbers, and it just, like, look at everything left to right. Like, oh my God, Eagles, they can't
Right.
lose next week. Bullshit, Eagles could lose 4 in a row.
Right. Look at those color schemes between
Look
the
at that.
Seahawks, Lions, and Cowboys. And then even the Eagles, it's like
See, that
just
line looks a
plays right
little,
off.
but the other line was stretched out strange.
Yeah.
So what we should do is, this is the end of, this is the halftime for the season. Week 8, we got 8 more weeks, and then what? Then there's a bye again. So Super Bowl head-up predictions by any means? Do you think you could see any sleepers rolling in there? Anything that like sticks out? Like, well, because I had my set Bengals to win the Super Bowl. That was before the season. Then I changed it to the Niners at week 4 because I knew that, or the Super Bowl in Vegas, I'm like, okay, well, halftime show is now Usher. So I'm thinking, what the fuck? So anything you...
Nothing's been hitting my brain on those things because I think we kind of hit it pretty nail on the head at the beginning of the season. Like, they can run this narrative
Any way they want.
they can run this narrative that they're running right now and finish with the 17er Chiefs Super Bowl
17.
where the Chiefs fucking two-peat.
Well, they would go back to back. They've won in 2001. Lost in 2000 or 2000. Yeah, they back to back. So you still foresee that happening?
I don't see another narrative coming in and taking over. This Taylor Swift thing, they're just going to use and use and use that. And there's no time to use it like when it's nice and fresh. Like, what? Oh my God, next year there'd be so many goddamn little Swifties watching the fucking NFL just because the Chiefs won this year.
But they won last year. But thing is,
That's not
the only
enough.
reason why the NFL could get away with back-to-back championships is that scenario. You got to throw Taylor Swift. Why her? Why not? That was a question that always got me. Why was I thinking Taylor Swift fucking a year and a half ago? Like, I started formulating this whole fucking Swiftie thing, and now here we are. Now that is a perfect example. But what would the NFL do to get away with not having the Chiefs win the Super Bowl? Have them in there, but there's too much money in the Chiefs. Holy shit, the Swifties, at that point, the Swifties aren't going to care about the money because they're like, hey, you know, they understand the gambling. They're like, we can't win every game. Taylor explained it. Guys, we got to just enjoy the game. And they lose. Taylor's like, fans, we'll get them next year. We'll come back next year.
Yeah.
I'll write a song. We're going to come back. And now you got the Swifties. Now you've got a multiple of this Swiftie generation that's bigger than the military. We're talking millions. They could overtake anything at that point. So without the Chiefs, who do you think would be the alternative?
Well, the dang Dolphins are looking like they are certainly wanting them to be a part of the Super Bowl narrative, and obviously the Eagles again. So you this
Hey,
season,
borrow money because you owe fucking FanDuel.
this season is shit. It's on tilt, dude. It's on fucking tilt right now.
It is. And I'm lucky to be 5-3. I'm not shocked I'm 1-7, just based off of how my algorithms work and how I should be fucked because of this. I can't do everything. I can only do so much with numbers. Everything beyond that, out of control. I can't, but I can formulate the best side.
And this shit is sometimes so beyond the numbers that
like
it's
you can't do any more research to possibly because at that point you're like, okay,
like I said,
it's out of my
it's
hands.
soul
Out of
sucking
my
and
hands.
time consuming to even just to go through like getting synchronicity picks out of this, where it's like I'm bypassing all the numbers and like I actually got to put effort into that. Like Dolphins. Okay, this
Dolphins,
game's getting retarded.
So the Miami Dolphins are in the league, or they're the AFC. So the Chiefs, you would have to have the Dolphins in there, not the Chiefs. So the Dolphins would be the second pick.
I suppose if they weren't going to put the Chiefs in that narrative, but the Chiefs got too much attention power to get to them. I really think they they want to keep the script tight and not too chaotic because
Kelsey brothers in the Super Bowl again, bro. The Eagles and do you think that would? I see the Chiefs for sure. I love that point.
The COVID thing kind of threw so much stuff into the array, I suppose. Whereas the point I'm trying to get here is they don't want something too chaotic. You know what I mean? Like too out of the blue. Like the Lions come back, dude. Like the Lions in the Super Bowl. It's not a Lions Super Bowl year. Are you fucking kidding me? There's nothing around a Lions Super Bowl narrative. What would the NFL get out of that? Nothing. Like, where are they going with that narrative? It's just, like, that's what I'm saying, trying to get here, is it's all about the narrative and using the things that because the people who are putting this narrative together, the script together, they certainly don't want their fucking time wasted bringing Taylor Swift into this. Do you think they're just they chose Travis Kelce for a fucking reason?
And Aaron Rodgers was going to be he was another one because Aaron went out because who knows? But that was the whole. Now that's what happened. A week later, fucking, you're serious? Now Travis Kelce, and then it's like, really? Something's going on. Why was she with Aaron Rodgers 2 weeks before? Now suddenly she's like, I'm not gonna, like, she was hiding.
Right.
Like in plain sight. Like Aaron Rodgers showed up to her concert with somebody, and like Aaron Rodgers was taking pictures. And I'm like, this was like in the summer when a Swiftie tour was going on. Right. Like in training camp and shit.
Like, and then, is he the only football player that she's?
It formulated this magic combination that was for sure to succeed, no matter how. Whether you like it or not, it's there. But it's right. It did not, the Chiefs. There's no other team that they could have. Well, Aaron Rodgers and another quarterback, I don't see. Right, so they put that together, man. Perfect. Whoever wrote that shit is. So back to the fucking future shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like really, that's the way the script was supposed to go. So that's what I'm seeing there. They're gonna do something like when you were describing that to me and we were talking about that initially, it was like one of those moments where it's like
another Achilles fucking done. We're doing flag football start next week.
Yep.
This is the fifth quarterback that'll go out for this. He's done, dude.
Yep. That's ankle shattered.
Oh, anyway, he's okay.
He's still in the game.
It just he could have went out with it, and I would have believed it.
Yeah, me too.
Like I would have believed that. Like, oh, he's done, but no, he's back.
Oh, first down! Good. Oh my God!
Need a backdoor touchdown here, bro. It's 26-21.
Yeah, and then is it 48?
For the over-under.
Right. See, 26-21 would be a perfect ending. That hits the under. That
over-under is 47.
That means that, 47. Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was going to maybe push too, dude. I hope it does. I really hope it does.
Damn. That was fun. Push the whole game.
Yeah, because I had going in my head, dude. The only thing I was like, if it's 44, I'm gonna push. I'll say that it's gonna push. But then he said it was 48, and I was like, okay, well.
47.
47, sorry.
7:47. But look at how close they put those over-unders, man. I mean, really, when people say, Kev, why don't you pick over-unders? Motherfucker, first of all, the game is tough enough. The game is tough enough. You want to fuck with these over-unders? Motherfucking have fun judging the weather. Ooh. Oh, it's going to be rainy and cloudy and windy, but they scored 50 points and they should have only scored 14. There's no way I can research. There's no trends. It doesn't matter if there was 70 points scored the week before. The next week is irrelevant. These teams put up, the Dolphins, that 1 week, they scored 17. And they were like averaging fucking, 32?
Right.
Now they're back on top. Like, that's their only blemish for the year.
Yeah.
That's why I see the Dolphins and the Chiefs fighting it out right at the very end.
Yeah.
The Chiefs sneak their way in there, and they're playing the Niners. Like, the Niners, Chiefs would be like your magical red versus red, motherfucking Vegas, Taylor Swift, red.
Yeah.
Everything's red. Everything's red. I'm seeing red. Her fucking song, all that shit is going to go in coordinates with all this.
I'm also looking, like we noted, particularly the eyes of these quarterbacks and the coaches. Like, you can kind of just look at them and tell if they have that look in their eye, like, I'm winning tonight.
Well, it's like WWE. They know they're ripped, but they got to create a face of.
Right.
They interview like those wrestlers, but they do it in a just dumber way, it seems. I don't know. It's strange.
Like, this is, I mean, the Raiders quarterback, guys, he's not even trying to scramble from these guys. That time, he just, like, kneeled down. Watch him, Kev. He just, like, kneels down here. He's like, oh, you got me.
I surrender.
Yeah, watch.
This ain't blackjack quarterback.
It's fantastic.
You ain't getting half your money back.
But even though, you see how he held his jersey? Like, it was almost, you could have called that penalty that the Raiders got called for on that guy. If that had been Tom Brady,
horse collaring.
Yeah,
horse collar. That's not.
They would have cut that guy's arm off if that was Tom Brady.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Yeah, like that guy would be leaving the stadium with one arm.
That's the thing about these Super Bowl champions, these legends. Tom Brady had so much protection and so much. The flags were.
He'd stand there in the pocket, barely moving, looking left and right like 400 times.
Oh my God, he just had the. Yeah, certain quarterbacks get that. It's almost like
this guy just bounced. He just bounced in the pocket,
you're double protected because if
God.
You don't want to take out the Star Athlete League. You don't want to take out Mahomes. Mahomes is fast as fuck. Tom Brady wasn't fast like that, but he had the protection. Mahomes got the protection and the fastness.
Yeah, Mahomes got like mob protection, dude.
Like, Christ, he's got all the protection in the world.
Yeah. Like, they're growing him in a fucking clone lab, you guys. Like,
he's the board of something.
He's a genetically modified organism. Like, they just grow him every 6 months when they need a new one. They got a new fucking Mahomes every year. That's why he looks different this year.
And they're getting younger.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a different one this year. This one's, I kind of like the one from last year a little better.
Hey, the Texas Rangers won. Go, Texas. Good for them.
Yeah, jeez. This game has just been to, like, man, rile the Lions fans up. That's all this game has been.
Damn. Well, if the Lions end up in this game, that division, holy shit. Man, Lions. But here's the thing. You're at the Super Bowl in Vegas. Do you want to see two sharp-looking red teams go at it? Or do you want to see the fucking baby blue fucking Lions versus the Chiefs? I don't want to see
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
No, me neither. I think they kind of do that too, Kev. You know, with the colors on their jerseys, they make the ones that are going to win Super Bowls and be in the bigger time games, they make them have the more marketable or aesthetically pleasing
Well, it's a home team.
colors and jerseys. Yeah.
It's just,
Like, who wears this matte blue and gray? That doesn't even really look good together.
That lion looks like a dog, like a lab.
Yeah, like a wiener dog.
He look like a lab.
Fucking weird looking.
That's.
Sure don't look like a lion.
I don't know, but that's something.
Something going on with it.
The colors for sure.
Like, Has bananas. Huh.
Wow, 469 yards.
Yeah, that's kind
That's
of a
supposed to be
lot.
36-14.
Yeah,
Where'd all the points go?
I know, right?
I mean, there wasn't a lot of turnovers. They just must have really.
Well, they kicked a lot of field goals
field
at the
goals,
beginning. Like 3 field goals, no touchdowns.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should have called the Lions to win this one because that's the way this one's going to go.
Easier said than done.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hey, hold on. Hang on. Big turnover, something craziness happens here?
That would be kind of
I'm
cool.
telling you, that's how they make this shit kind of like...
Make me think it's over, but...
If they wanted, why would they throw the flag there? If they want, why would they throw a flag? It doesn't make sense, right? Why? If it's fixed, why would they... Why they could have not thrown a flag. Nobody gonna see that shit.
Yeah, and where was the hold?
The fans at home, do you think they're gonna boo the refs for not calling a fucking penalty?
Fuck
Do you
no.
think there's enough Raiders fans there? They're gonna be like, whoa, that's a bullshit.
Yeah,
the guy
hold
was
up.
holding.
You
Even
said
if
holding?
he was, nobody's gonna agree with you. It was the refs. They threw a flag for a reason here. I don't know
Yeah.
what fantasy fucking points. Something crooked going
Yeah,
on.
something weird was
That's
is
always
going
gets
on
me.
there.
Like, why wouldn't they just blatantly? See,
And now they
they're
wrap 'em up
keeping them to
here?
a field goal. I don't know. Something strange about that. Think
So we
about
still
it.
haven't hit the over.
Nope. Sitting on 40. Even if they hit touchdown, it's going to push the over. That's just always a bad.
That's what. That's why.
Like, why are they throwing flags and calling back on the blatantly? The game should be over at that point.
There's just
They're
no
doing
way,
something
dude.
with screwing with these numbers. That's all it is.
And why
It's the
are we
only reason why I
taking
can
so
think of.
long right now? Like, what's the
Maybe
deal?
that rusher needed like 4 yards to do something.
Like, they're down 12
Like
points.
you could get that nittily pick where like one player can dictate hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, a star player. You don't think Mahomes over and under has a big fucking lot of overs? Like it just takes Mahomes to go out at 2 minutes left in the fourth.
That's right.
He needs 2 yards. They pulled him like that type of
Right.
shit.
Oh, they fake a quick ankle injury. We better not have them run on it till
Yeah,
next
it's like
week.
that's the thing they can manipulate. They really can if they need to.
Yeah.
If we're talking a lot of money.
Yeah.
They could, any fucking play of this game could dictate something, but we don't see it all. So that's the shit that I'm talking about. These conspiracies about this happened. It shouldn't have. But what the fuck? Why are we at 3rd and goal when they could have ended the game?
Exactly.
So because I think the Lions fans would stay there, but like you know how some teams start blowing out and everybody leaves. I think the Lions are like, hey. We're gonna fucking party it up after this fucking.
Yeah, they're hooping and hollering, having a good time.
They
Thinking
gotta
they're
give them stress. They gotta make them see to the end that hey.
because they're 5-2, aren't they? So
Yeah,
now they're
they've
going to
only
go
lost
6
2
and 2.
games.
Now they're going to get talked about like they're really something in the
And they're
league,
on a
man.
bye next week.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like now they get to sit down and be
So
like,
it's either
oh
way.
man.
They're in a win-win. If
These
they lose the
Lions,
game,
oh.
they got time to rest. If they win, good. They don't need time to rest, but they need it.
And didn't they just look so strong too? Like, oh my God, their running back just looked unstoppable. He looked like Barry Sanders, resurrected. You can hear the local talk shows about it all fucking week, all next fucking week through the bye week. They're gonna be talking about how the Lions are looking tough this year. Looking tough.
No, they're going to be talking about how the Viking season's over and the Lions are on their way to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
They're on their way to clinching the division by fucking
That's right,
after
boys.
Thanksgiving.
That's
that week after Thanksgiving.
We should have fucking saw it. God damn it! I don't have the
Oh, he missed it.
I don't have the knowledge of the divisions.
He missed it, bro.
Wow.
That's big. That's huge for a backdoor cover. This is how you script a game. You went from a guaranteed touchdown to a missed field goal. Now they're going to come back and cover that fucking spread. Watch.
I just
they
went,
got flags on our side.
I just went speechless. Like,
face mask. Fucking first down.
what was I saying just before that? Holy shit, I thought I was explaining something, but that was doing,
Like,
oh my God.
Like, something's going on. Why is this, something's going on? It's not normal. This is not fucking, they should have thrown flags to get a field goal. Why are they?
Yeah.
Now, why are they?
Right.
Why are they not focused?
Oh, that's what it was. See, had I known the divisions, I would have been like, okay, yeah, the Lions are going to win this game because the Vikings are out. Now they can push this part of the narrative. They got to have this. Yeah. See, yep. They can't afford to lose. The Lions can't afford to, the narrative cannot afford to have the Lions lose this game. Watch them fucking lose this game now. I want to see it happen now. Yes.
I'm talking about
go.
my fucking karma.
Now let's see the Raiders make a brilliant fucking comeback here. March down the field.
Okay, that's good. Ooh, that
extra yards.
If that would have been a foam, I think they
I
would have
been
threw
like,
a flag.
that's fucking
I think they would have threw a flag there
maybe,
just to be like, okay, guys, here's what they're talking in the headset. They need to make this shit happen. Yeah.
So then we'll see the Lions not cover the spread.
No,
but we'll see the overhit.
Oh.
What the? Okay, not with just blatantly dropped passes. Oh boy.
This is where it gets tricky.
Oh boy.
This is where it gets very tricky. Like, I'm on the side of the scripted, but it's not going the script's way. Like,
yeah.
Wait, why this? See, everything's not happening. Like, it's just blatantly, like, mishandling all this shit. These players are dropping shit. Like, they're doing something. Or there's going to be an interception, a run back, and game over, or some stupid shit.
Oh my God.
The longest minutes in sport are the last 4 minutes of a football game when it's within a touchdown.
Bombs it to a wide open guy who doesn't catch it.
That would have been huge. Come on, guys.
Yeah, shoot.
Give us hope.
Yeah, do something cool.
Do your jobs. That guy with skulls.
There's just so many ways they can milk emotion on this. Yeah, that dude was decked out.
Raiders fans are ruthless.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. That's what I've been thinking too. Oh.
Here's sack. Damn. That's not.
Down. You're going to go for it?
Of course. No timeouts. Dang it. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the rain.
Crazy. Come on, let's see a big 4th and fucking 25 game.
We need to see a big fucking flag here.
Ready to
a
roll.
big
let's
juicy
go.
fucking yellow fucking flag.
Oh,
Get a
what is
flag.
this shit?
Throw a flag down there. Nope. Damn, that's my only hope.
Well, we could see a interception or something here, I guess.
Very true. Something goofy. Damn, the Lions are going to be the talk of the town, Chiefs. Fuck.
Now they act like they're all upset. Aw, I just made the same amount of money I did if I would have won the game. And nothing else changes in my life, and we're not scripted to win the Super Bowl anyway, so I'm just gonna sit here like
I'm just gonna hop like a big fucking baby.
Exactly. Even if they were just fucking scripted to win the Super Bowl, they're still gonna sit there and pout like a goddamn baby, because that's what they want to condition the youth to do. That's what they want to condition grown men to look at that other grown man to be all sad that he lost a fucking football game.
Horrible.
Like, are you kidding me? That's how emotionally weak our society actually is, and this is why. This is why. Like, it's because they don't have the emotional intelligence to understand what, that's very weak emotional intelligence. They don't have that.
Look at that division.
When you are taught that, I mean, you would notice how these games are whiplashing your emotion to an artificial level.
It's like a slot machine, bro. It's the same mechanics the slot machines use.
You would notice the patterns exactly.
It's everything.
Running the ball.
Everything.
Fumble. Nope, no fumble. Not yet. Oh, we got to have, okay, I'm going to predict a little end game scuffle here, some pushing and shoving maybe. We'll see that within the last 3 minutes here, right? Because they got to act like they were fucking frustrated. Like, we would have had you guys if those darn refs wouldn't have made those bad calls. Honestly, we haven't really seen that many flags or anything like that tonight.
Because the NFL's been warned. Bro,
That's
people
true,
are
too.
sick of this shit, dude. This is seriously pissing, people are mad.
They probably got to keep it.
They're tired of these
spread
flags,
out.
but they're not understanding why this
they're
is
there.
happening.
That's right.
They're just seeing these people. It's just.
That's right, man. Yeah, they're just thinking, God, these refs are just terrible. The NFL really needs to take some steps to
So yeah, they didn't throw much
do
of
this.
any
Which they won't.
No
They
questionable blatant 40 million people saw that was holding.
How many pass
Or
interferences?
40 million people saw that foot was in bounds, but you guys called it out of bounds?
All
What
right.
kind of fuckery are you guys running? How do 40 million people see that and you guys missed that? You guys have these tiny TVs on the field.
Yeah.
We're looking at screens at 50 yards
Yeah.
yards of TV on the field.
Yeah.
And at home, we're seeing this. We're seeing how are you? Well, because it's entertainment. We can fix shit. That's why they get away with it.
That is right.
And this isn't just one team that singled out. This happens in every game. So everybody around the fan league all gets together and be like, you know what? We had some questionable calls. You guys had this questionable calls 2 weeks ago. So now we're both in. Hey, we all get fucked. That's the beauty of the fan base. Because if you can come up with, hey, man, we're all in on this. The refs are fucked. Now you can be like, okay, yeah.
You know what else I just saw when that guy jumped up in the stand and the lady was like, she threw her leg over his leg too.
Oh, that's maybe he's
right.
skating or-
Like that was totally scripted.
Maybe that's
Because no random fan just pulls somebody up and then basically just starts grinding on them while he's doing a pelvic thrust. Guys, that was so scripted.
He at the club.
Yeah, they wanted everybody to see that.
Well, yeah, I didn't see it. Now I see what. Yeah, I didn't. Now I'm like, holy shit, that is so true.
Right.
That's gonna.
And why wasn't it two women right there? Why was it she there with it could have been a boyfriend situation? Those were obviously actors.
Why are the women all getting the hot one in the front?
Right.
And then he jumped in that exact spot.
Right.
The security wasn't he bothering him? No.
Yeah, I've never seen a player
Jesus Christ.
never, because you would be like
6 foot, fucking 7, jumping up.
I think he had the ball with him too, didn't he?
Did too.
Yeah,
he was
dude.
dancing he was at the strip club.
Nothing about that made any sense other than it was
Super Bowl ring on his finger and fucking raising the ball, getting ground by this hot chick.
Yeah. While her boyfriend's right there and she's just grinding up. Like that would be her first reaction. I would be like, bitch, you belong to the streets. There ain't no I can't take you anywhere, bitch. Are you kidding me? One guy jumps up in the stands and you're fucking all up grinding on him.
I knew it the whole time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I've known you've had a fascination with these NFL fans.
Exactly, dude. That would be a red flag from a fucking mile away. How does she behave? Because that's what I saw. She's just putting her their chest all up over him. And it was his arm too, on his elbow. And she's just still doing it. And then putting her leg. Okay, yeah, that was all. The NFL is just throwing perversion in front of your faces.
You don't see pitchers catching foul balls and jumping up in the stands, or home runs and running up and jumping in the stands. I mean, let's be real. NFL got a whole nother way of doing what the fuck they want.
Gosh,
how that wasn't excessive celebration too.
Dude, South Park lines keep going through my head, and I want to say them, but I don't want to spoil it either. It's just so funny, dude. Go get you. Go get you.
Look at that beautiful blue stadium.
Go get you. It's so funny. It made me fucking cheese out for
Look at Detroit. Fucking 8 Mile.
Oh. What's it? There's screens on the building, television screens on the buildings that's going to become a more popular thing, I think we'll be seeing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Damn. Well, for shit.
Well, we'll hit the under,
Hey,
right?
the public won more money, some more, but they gonna get buried, I'm telling you. This shit is made to.
That'll move me to 21-10, so I'll go 1-2 on tonight.
Still.
It's all right, whatever.
It's all good.
Yeah. My record ain't what matters. I've demonstrated I can go and do that shit if I want to, but my time and effort's better spent elsewhere.
There you go.
So I've been kind of thinking what I want to, how I want to shift my little trifecta thing. I'm not quite sure. I don't really want to try to do what Jake the asshole's doing, because why? He's already doing that. What do I need to do it for? I'm not quite sure what I'll do. Maybe I'll just kind of keep doing what I've been doing. But there's always kind of a learning experience in it for me. Like I was telling Kev, my synchronicity pick hit. You know? Like maybe that's kind of what I should be keeping track of, is how often are the synchronicity picks correct, and what did I miss about the sign that I got?
It's a thing. It's tough to...
So I'll share it at the end. Anybody who made it this far deserves to know. So I picked the under because today when I was driving, there was a person that stopped a full car length behind the stop line, behind the line, even though the car in the next lane next to her was like all the way up there. So it's like she could clearly see that she was a full fucking car length behind. And it's like, why aren't you pulling forward? So all the people behind us are like, okay. It was just like, what the hell is this lady doing? I didn't want to honk and be rude, but because it wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah.
But then a little bit later, there was another person kind of doing the same thing. And then the lady that pulled up next to her did the same thing. So I'm sitting there again with these now 2 cars sitting like way behind the line. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why are these people like checked out right now? And then it hit me. Like the thought went in my brain. I was like, oh, wait, they're like behind the line. So like if the line, then I was like, okay, so they're under the line, right? And I was like, okay, that's my over under right there. I said to myself that if the total is 44 or over, I will select the under. Because that's how the license plates and numbers aligned at the time. Well, so the synchronicity pick was again correct.
Well, congrats.
Yeah. So
I needed that in some of my luck.
Well,
the losses, 70 to fucking 20 type shit. I didn't see that shit. I didn't see the fucking 70 points be put up that day, but goddamn did I.
I mean, the synchronicity pick you could say is a little bit of a coin flip, but I'd argue that it's kind of not, because it seems to be a pretty high percentage. Maybe that's why I should keep tracking of it. But we could argue that our pick on the Raiders and the Lions not covering the spread, I mean,
God, I was so lucky.
That's a fucking coin flip, you guys. That's a coin flip we're talking about, when it's like, okay, are they going to throw the public a bone or not?
Because that's the problem. How many times are they going to throw them a bone?
Yeah, and maybe
it's only half. You know what? It's halfway through the season, so maybe they just said, "Fuck it."
Maybe if we track that though,
people that got their ass handed to them in the first half of the season, we got to keep them in the game. We got to reel them in a little bit, at one parlay at a time, a little bit. Next, by week 16, they're going to be broke.
So this is the part
where we're not
where
going to have any more money to gamble with.
I think that it would be great to collaborate with someone.
You don't think the algorithms track people's bets on these DraftKings? You don't think that they know what the fuck's going on?
Right.
They know within a percentage of what people are going to do.
Yeah.
Following something.
It would be nice to collaborate with like Jake the asshole who's following this stuff and has a bunch of people following him. Yeah. Let's pay attention to the weeks and the days. How many times does the public get faded? Because I'm betting that there's a pattern there that we could catch on to,
I've
and
done
therefore
analysis
predict
on
it.
stuff like this, but now it's becoming. You're right. It's like
How far deep do you want? But that's a pretty simple one, because they're already kind of keeping track of that anyway. It's like we'll just put in a category for that. Let's start ticking the box.
We'll get all of our money out of 3 big games, and then we'll give some of it on Monday. Not all of it. We ain't giving all of it back. We're going to give back 25% of money back to the public. Let them have a bone. Keep them fucking on the hook like a rat in a wheel.
Right.
Keep them going. Keep them fucking stressed
It would
out.
be
But we
interesting
got to
to
keep
know.
the stress not going because we need them around. Bam. That's how they can lock you in.
Like
oh my
tonight.
God, they give you a fucking parlay, and next thing you know, it's all over.
Like tonight, how bad did the public do on the total? How bad did the public do on the spread? And how bad did they do on the money line?
Did very well on the. Over under was a little. I don't think that was a big deterrence because a lot of people take the overs obviously because people want to see scores.
Yeah.
So more always take the over on a Monday
So I
night.
think they kind of hedged.
A little bit over.
Yeah, they
They
probably hedged some on
a little
that.
bit on took a little piece back on the under.
So they
Like I said,
probably
can
almost
manipulate
gave
a
to the
little bit.
public in this
They can-
game what they took.
They're
in this
running
game.
a fucking Ponzi scheme that right in front of people's eyes.
Yeah.
It's like running a fucking rigged poker game.
Yeah,
Like
once
you run
we
an
get
online
on.
poker site and you got the shit rigged. You don't fucking take it all at once, motherfucker. You take $106 at a time from just the people, and then they don't know.
Then they don't think it's a robbery.
This motherfuckers
Right.
could highway
Then
robbery
they
the whole
robbed
damn
themselves.
thing. Imagine if
That's the name of their
let
game.
every
It's karmic
single-
like that.
If they think about that. If 80% and 20% were on every game, let's say if the whole week one, 80%, 20, and the public fucking gets buried week 1. Okay, what's week 1? Week 2, week 3, you think anybody, they're going to be so fucking buried by week 8, they're not going to know what to do for the next weeks. Especially with holidays coming up. You got to gamble. It's Thanksgiving. You're a fucking family. What is your over under on the, and there people are talking gambling. They're all betting at the fucking Thanksgiving table. Hey man, let me borrow fucking some money. I bet on the game. You know? Why ain't you got no money? Fucking I lost it all in week 4. On what? Oh, I just got unlucky. And that's how it all starts. So they have to control this money just like the market, man. They just have such a market that it's so fucked.
I walked into the gym the other day and they had a tally board going on people picking who would win the game. And it was about 80-20 spread.
Oh, on the Lions.
Yeah, it was
people taking the Lions.
that was some weeks ago already. I can't remember what game it was.
Oh, it was a
yeah, it was.
one of those
It,
key games.
I want to say it was a Seahawks game. But it was just complimenting to the fact that you were saying it. It's just so pushed. It's everywhere. Everybody's talking about it. We haven't seen it this way, and they're in a transition period right now. The NFL, like you were saying, the older guy that you were talking to has noticed the last year and a half the NFL's changing. What are they doing now? Big time damage fucking control.
Oh my
Bringing in Swifty, dude. They're bringing in the big fucking guns,
That's
dude.
like going to
she's
war.
the
That's
bazooka.
that's like a war where you have everything and you ain't gonna lose.
Uh-huh.
It's
So they
exact-
bring in Taylor fucking Swift.
check fucking mate, motherfuckers. That was
And
it.
that's
The
what they
NFL
said.
had their piece,
Yeah.
and motherfucker Powers the Beast said, "Okay, we need to fucking checkmate this whole thing for the next 5 years." Taylor fucking Swift.
And what are the
Okay,
what
bam.
are
There's
we doing?
nobody else.
We're feeding the fire in a manner where we're telling people, hey, yo, it's scripted. If you're all out there picking, if you're out gambling or paying attention, like pay attention. Well, we're doing their bidding, man.
Oh. And it's costing me losing weeks.
See, it's crazy how we fit into their fucking scheme almost for them, and it's like. The karma of the situation, guys, is how this works is they do have to tell you in some form. That's, one of the reasons why I think Jake the Asshole's channel got through all the censorship and shit.
How did he get
Because
through COVID?
they gotta have
They were
have
censoring
that
everything.
controlled opposition because they do need to tell you the truth. But they're gonna do it in a little bit of a skewed way.
In a very
So then they allow for people like Kevin and I to come along and do Big Brain University, real opposition to them, where we're just, hey, here's the truth of the matter. I don't know if you got to say opposition to them. We're just like, hey, here's the truth of the matter. Here's that for people to know. They're basically, they're not going to do anything about us because we're not a threat to them. We can't stop them from doing what they're doing. Like, what the fuck are Kevin and I going to do?
They have every right to do what they do.
And they have every goddamn right to do.
They do. They have legal right to do what the fuck. They're the.
They have legal right. They have karmic right.
They have everything.
They have a right just by being in this place that exists where you can use magic for good and bad. Because the way that this place doesn't discriminate between good and bad, it's just able to be used for good and bad. So that spectrum, that entire idea of good and bad is totally fucking different depending on who you ask. It's a subjective question, and it's a subjective reality, because anybody who praises Satan, well, shit, evil's good, And
then you got the other thing that manipulate this whole thing. They got the trade deadline on Tuesday, so you could see quarterbacks. You could have Vikings a new quarterback by, what? Let's fucking move some key player to the Vikings. You know what? What if the script was the Vikings to win the Super Bowl? The Cousins went out with a real fucking ACL, not a Rodgers ACL. Like, motherfucking, he ain't coming back.
So
now they
backup,
gotta
like
figure out a way.
Brock Purdy
all right, guys,
situation.
Now they're on the fucking wire trying to figure out, okay, guys, what are we gonna do?
The little
they have to prepare for those things. And now Rodgers coming back. We'll see. Something's going on. So that's going to be another thing about. I got to reevaluate these games for next weekend based off of what the trades, because if a new quarterback, the fucking everything's going to change.
Yeah,
everything when it comes to these.
That's why they put this trade thing in there. Now they need the Vikings to catch back up to keep the thing exciting. They don't need Vikings, but I'm telling you, the Vikings season's over unless. That's why they put these trade things in there to keep the sharps off of them.
Yeah.
So when you have to recalculate all your numbers and start refiguring. Now you got
angry fans that are happy that they got a new start because their quarterback and their family's quarterback is on a new team because they were losing money with their. You don't think the same thing going to happen? It's going to happen.
That's right.
You fall in love with a fucking team and a player, and that's all you bet on. You're fucked. It's impossible to win in the long run. Unless you're a fucking Chiefs fan. You're good luck. You're lucky. You've won a few.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So that's the bottom line.
Dude.
You only bet with your heart, you're going to fucking lose. Just you will. So, and most people can't have the heart to bet with one. They got to have fucking 10 bets. 20.
Yeah, because they'll take the logic they're using and run with it, and they'll apply it to multiple different teams because they're like, oh, I got my strategy, right? I'll see how many teams fit that strategy. But what they're not considering is that the narrative is not the same for that team at the same time as another team.
Why can a team score 70 points but then lose the next week? That's how these fucking they always assume it's just going to continue.
Trying to predict
why do you
their
think the Niners
narrative
fans are pissed? Because they thought they were going to go 10-0.
It would be
there's no way they lose any of those 3 games, any of those, and they fucking lost them.
We would have to keep track of like what Usher is doing right now.
Yeah, I need to
what Taylor Swift is doing right now.
What stadium? What team does Usher follow? What team is he going to the games?
What else is happening in Vegas right now?
What Super Bowls has he been part of? What is that's how I picked the Super Bowl champion that year. Dr. Dre and them outperformed was the Rams year.
Rams year, yep, Snoopy.
Yeah, so that was out. Now you got me thinking, if I go deep in the trenches and really figure out, now that's going to dictate a lot of things. Usher, the Super Bowl halftime, Taylor, it's fucking...
It's pick some.
You don't think Mahomes has Usher on speed dial? You don't think Usher has Taylor Swift on speed?
Just do a little bit of
plus they perform together. You don't think they're all got commercials coming up, Super Bowl ads, the whole fucking works?
Yep. Movies, like there's to really catch and to know all of the script, because they drop the clues and they condition.
They are preparing for the Super Bowl halftime.
That's
now,
right.
The
That's
lineup,
right.
The
music is tailoring into it.
Everything's get choreographed. They got everything.
That's right.
That's right. That's good to have information to know the over/under on the national anthem for Super Bowl.
Right.
Because you got somebody that's like a bystander that's not part of the Super Bowl, doesn't know anything about teams, just an extra dancer, and they're hearing their national anthem, and they like, okay, at exactly a minute 58, we got to enter the field with the flags and stuff. If it's 2 minutes and 1 second, we're fucked. The whole thing's done. So that's another thing about time limits. Imagine having the information. Over/unders 1:50 on the Super Bowl national anthem, and somebody says, "Hey, it's 2 minutes and 14 seconds." I've heard her sing it 20 times in a row.
Yeah.
It's not going to be under. I guarantee it. That's a fucking fixed thing. Imagine that. The NFL won't give a fuck. Do you really think, oh, we give a fuck who fixed that? No, it's the other part of it.
Well,
because not everybody's going to bet that shit. Well, people do bet
that's
on it.
That's a really interesting point.
That would be a way. The Gatorade color, another one. Bystander works for Gatorade. Holy shit, we got to order for fucking all this red for white, the Chiefs and the Niners.
God, even the colors.
We can win with the red. Super Bowl for the halftime with that line would be ridiculous.
He just pinged so many things that happened. Like when they script this, I'm sure that it's super computer scripted, so it's down to the fucking millisecond, where it's like all of these things will be occurring at all of the same time.
Everything has to be on point because of everything that is a very.
That's why we see those delays and shit during the game, because something's going on. It's not supposed to happen for another fucking 10 seconds. It's not and you guys would be really goddamn shocked about how to the T shit like that is. Like, the numerology goes so deep that they want things to happen. Like, they want it to be a certain score at certain times. Like, they show the score board, right, where they show the score and the quarter and the time and the down. They don't have that up all the time. Sometimes they pan away from that, or they'll draw focus to it at a certain time when all the numbers are aligning and stuff like that. That is a rabbit hole in its fucking self, man. But you ping so many things, like even the colors that they can suggest to you, like, I could talk for a fucking another hour on the lengths they go through to condition the human brain, and it's like, it seems so extravagant that it's
bet
like,
on red and
how
black
could they
in
all
Vegas.
do that? But it's like, imagine that this civilization place or whatever has been here for millions of fucking years, and it keeps resetting, and they've ran this script like 50,000 fucking times, or some version of it.
EA Sports.
We don't know. We don't know. That's what we're stuck with, is we just don't know. And there's
2 red teams fighting at it in the Super Bowl.
all this red-blue fucking thing all the time, too.
Red and blue is in the Vegas. Red and black is Vegas colors, bro. Red and black. Everybody knows.
Black is Vegas
fucking
colors.
blackjack hand. All the cans are. All the fucking gambling is red and black. So let's throw a black fucking. Let's throw the Ravens in there against somebody. Let's put the Ravens the black sharp, not the Steelers. That would be interesting, though. Steelers in the Super Bowl?
Excuse me.
I don't know, man. Who knows what the fuck's gonna happen? That's why this is the witching week starts after Thanksgiving. That's what I call it. December is a witching week. That's when teams go fucking 0-4 that shouldn't, and teams that don't shouldn't be doing. It's fucking all Thanksgiving. People are happy. Then it's fucking Christmas, and then it's, oh my God, playoffs. Bro, it's exciting. This fucking journey with this whole sports thing, it's pretty elaborate how much it's changed just in the time that we've even been talking about all this. We've been talking about it before it was all this. Now here it is.
Yeah, there's certainly something
and there's people out there that are doing the same thing, but damn, hey.
Certainly something to learn from all of it.
If you put it all together, not all of us can't be out of the realm, because there's so many of us that are thinking this. So there's got to be something to it.
Oh yeah, we're like
we're not just here blowing like, well, okay, flat fucking Earth, whatever. No, this is different. This is the same concept, but it's like you can see it
tactics.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's a rigged shit.
Yep, exactly.
He's in on it. Fucking that guy, of course. He's the guy that loves upsets. He wants to see the fucking public get hit. He loves them fucking public getting buried because he's getting paid by the DraftKings.
Right.
That's all they are.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Insane.
Yes, sir. In the membrane.
Who do we got next week?
Let's see. Next week is the Chargers at the Jets.
Oof.
Aaron Rodgers will be making a present. I don't think he'll be playing.
Oh boy! All right.
They set that one up. And the only good thing would have been if Rodgers was playing. Then it'd be like, Jets would be 7-1. That would be a good game to watch. So I don't know what to think about that game. So
Oh, we'll see.
all these
when
Mondays
it comes time.
have been pretty fucking flatlining something.
Interesting.
They might give all the money on these first 8 Mondays and take it all back the next 8. Anything can happen. I'm telling you, man, it's tough to be on the right side all the time. But if you're on it just a fucking 65 or 70 or 80%, that's pretty elaborate. That ain't just blowing smoke. That's a trend. That's statistics. That's how shit gets done.
That's how mountains move.
Yes, sir.
And that, kids.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
Yep.
Check out Discord, going 6-3. Laters.
Ready to roll. Let's go.
Bitteschön. Danke.